Watching My Sioux TV, part of the networks of Mid-Missouri.
ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday High School Game of the Week is presented by Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer and made possible through a partnership between the networks of Mid-Missouri, CPS Athletics, the Columbia Area Career Center, and these fine sponsors.
Good evening and greetings from Rockbridge High School on the south side of Columbia, where tonight the 0-1 Rockbridge Bruins entertained the Sedalia Smith Cotton Tigers. The Tigers come to town 0-1. It's the first game of the CMAC season as we get set for conference football. The weather is absolutely perfect for football here this evening. 80 degrees, looking for it to cool off into the upper 60s. A slight breeze out of the south and not a cloud in the sky. I am Tex Little. Alongside is Evan Sapp. And Evan, we've got a pretty good matchup here between two big schools here in central Missouri. Smith Cotton looking for their first ever CMAC victory.
Yes, sir. It's absolutely great out here today. Rockbridge is coming in to look to get some consistency in their season so far, starting off 0-1 against Park Hill South last week on this field. They are looking to pass the ball a lot, I'm sure. They've got some great running backs in there. They hand the ball off to multiple guys, and I'm sure they'll throw it all over the field.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
That is our referee, Mike Kuzak. He's getting things ready.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
We maybe get John to kill him for a moment. I mean, kill his mic, that is. Anyhow, we are here at Rockbridge, and of course, the Smith Cotton Tigers under second-year leadership of Josh Gray.
1, 2, 3.
And he is trying to get things turned around at Smith Cotton. Smith Cotton has had their hands full in this CMAC. They are winless after the first 3 years, but they feel like they've got a club that's going to mature and develop into a very competitive unit before the season is over. And, of course, the CMAC is going to be very competitive, I think, before it's all said and done. There's action across the conference tonight as Hickman will be in action this evening, along with the Elias Crusaders, who are currently getting ready to entertain the Battle Spartans. Let's go down to our referee, Mike Kuzak, as they conduct the coin toss here this evening. And we'll see how they want to play this, as the Smith Cotton Tigers have the opportunity to make the call on the coin toss. Then, of course, the winning team will be able to make a decision on what they want to do, if they want to football or play defense first, as they meet out top. And apparently Mike Kuzak may not have his mic cranked up right now. So we'll just have to keep an eye on what's going on down on the field. But Rockbridge coming in after a tough loss last week, as they fell to the Park Hill South Panthers 13-10, a defensive battle. And we really looked for that to be a defensive battle going in. We saw a defensive battle, and the Rockbridge Bruins really struggled offensively for that consistency that Evan was talking about, as the two head coaches have departed, including Rockbridge's head coach, Sam Perkins, as he goes to the sideline. And I don't think they are going to include us in this conversation, as the coin's in the air, and we have a winner and a loser on the coin toss, and Rockbridge is elected to defer. They've won the coin toss, so that gives us an idea what's going to go on, as we look for Smith Cotton to come out with the football, as they will take the football. Smith Cotton in the white and black, in the Bruins in the black with the dark green helmets and gold. Bo Gray is the quarterback of Smith Cotton. He was 8 of 27 last week at Moberly, the losing effort, 116 yards. He ran for another 58 and just one touchdown. But the person to stop on this Smith Cotton Ball Club is Mylan Hawkins, an all-conference, all-district, all-state player. He's a senior at 5'7", 170, and a third-year starter for the Smith Cotton Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, it was a underwhelming performance on the offensive side of the ball for the Smith Cotton Tigers last week, but Mylan Hawkins on the ground had 75 yards with 12 rushes, as well as 3 catches for 47 yards. So he's looking to come out, run the ball, and I'm sure they'll try to work that pass in there off that run offense.
His favorite targets wide will be Robert Balance, a 6'2", 180 junior, and Gavin Jackson, a 6'1", 170-pound junior. Jackson had a couple of catches last week. And he's got a big NFL-type tight end in Easton Beebe. Beebe, 6'4", 240. He, too, is a senior. Again, Bo Gray, the quarterback, at 6 foot, 210, a junior. And Braden Butts will be the H-back as we get set for this opening kickoff. And going deep for Sedalia Smith-Cotton will be Robert Balance. Also going deep for Sedalia Smith-Cotton is Braden Butts. As Butts and Balance go deep to return the kick of Joey Scardina. Scardina last weekend kicked it in the end zone each opportunity. And, of course, he booted the 57-yard field goal, which is a Rockbridge school record, but not a state school record. As the Bruins set to kick it off. As Butts goes deep along with Balance, and here's a high end over end kick, and that'll sail into the end zone and beyond the head of Butts and out of bounds. And it will be Sedalia Smith-Cotton's football at the 20-yard line, where they will set up their offensive formation.
Look for Hawkins there in the backfield on this first drive. I'm sure that they're going to try to get him work early in the game, try to set that running game tone to punch it in the end zone more than once today, hopefully, for Hawkins.
Well, you look for Sedalia Smith-Cotton also to put a little ball control in this game. Try to keep it out of the hands of those two D1 quarterbacks that the Rockbridge Bruins possess. And the Smith-Cotton Tigers break their huddle, and they're led out by Bo Gray as he sends trips to the right. Empty backfield. He does have a wing to his right. That is Hawkins. Rockbridge with a four-man front. Back to throw it is Gray. Far sideline. It's incomplete. His intended target was Robert Balance, and Balance defended on the play by Cullen Snow, who defended. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
The pocket really collapsed on that one really fast for Gray. The offensive line let up fast. The defensive line got into the backfield and disrupted that offensive snap.
Rockbridge has never lost to Sedalia Smith-Cotton. In fact, the Bruins have really dominated this series, outscoring Smith-Cotton the last 2 years, 99-0. Hawkins gets the call on the sweep. Hawkins caught on the edge, and up to make the tackle is the linebacker, Grayson Cutchlow. Cutchlow had a big game last week against South. In the middle is Elijah Morton, a transfer from Hickman, and Spencer Irvin is the other outside linebacker. Up front, Crew Norden, along with Jeremy Woods, Dane Almquist, and Thomas McKenzie for Rockbridge. And their four-man secondary, Snow, Minnis, Bamer, and Taylor, Donovan Taylor. Wide to the near side for Smith-Cotton comes Jackson. In the slot is Neal. Rockbridge showing blitz. And a pass is caught in the flat by Balance. He sidesteps a tackler across the 20, out to the 29-yard line, close to first down yardage, as Gray was able to complete that pass despite the charging defender.
Yeah, Cutchlow almost got a hand on that little bubble screen pass on that play, but Balance able to get outside, and he is gang tackled by multiple black shirts.
Wide. Now, checking out of the lineup is Gage Fowler. He's a 5'11", 195-pound senior. That will see some snaps as well for Smith-Cotton. Sedalia last week falling to Moberly by a score of 28-7. As Smith-Cotton sends Gavin Jackson wide to the right, receiver wide to the left in Balance. And they got the first down on that previous play. The handoff goes to Hawkins, and Hawkins stood up at the line of scrimmage. You could bet that the Rockbridge Bruins and their defensive coordinator, Ethan Smith, is targeted Mylan Hawkins, who ran for right at 1,000 yards last year, 986.
Yeah, he is going to get the early touches in this first quarter, and maybe they can move down the field with him and hopefully punch it in on this first drive and really set the tone.
Hawkins will line up in the backfield behind Bo Gray. The junior signal caller looking at 4-man front. They bring 6. They hand off to Hawkins, and Hawkins trying to beat everybody to the edge, and he's ran down with the tackle as Kenyon Minnis. Minnis makes the stop for Rockbridge. It'll be 3rd down and long.
It'll put them in a 3rd down and long situation where they are looking. I'm thinking they're going to be looking to pass here. The passing offense didn't look great last week. Only 8 completions out of the 27 attempts. Looking to get more completions in and hopefully some more attempts.
Rockbridge stayed at home on that last play as they brought pressure, but they still were able to cover pretty much the line of scrimmage. Slot right. Gray's got Hawkins behind him, play action, and Gray unloads just before he's hit. It's incomplete, far flat. And bringing the heat again for the Bruins was Grayson Crutchlow. Cohen Snow defending in that secondary.
Elijah Morton hit him hard in the backfield as he let that ball go. It might have influenced that throw a little bit as it brings up a 4th down in a punt scenario.
The punter for Smith Cotton is Braden Butts. Butts averaging just 23 yards a kick. A little different than what Rockbridge saw last week. And Snow goes deep for the Bruins, standing at about his own 40. And now some whistles here to stop the action. This is the KZOU Game of the Week presented by the networks of Mid-Missouri and Columbia Public Schools. 4th down and 8. On to do the punting is Butts. He gets the snap. Pressure. They almost were there. And Snow steps away from the bounding punt. It takes a Smith-Cott roll inside the 40 down to the 35-yard line. I thought the Rockbridge Bruins had a chance to block that punt. Donovan Taylor came charging in there and backed off. And Taylor had an opportunity there, but did not want to risk it. Rockbridge still gets football in pretty good field position after a 33-yard punt. And the Bruins bring out their offense for the first time. Last week, Coach Matt Perkins rotated quarterbacks. Sam Kaiser gets the start here in this game. On a wing to the left is Cooper Myers. And the handoff is given to Derek Young out of the backfield, a 5'11", 170-pound junior who ran the ball 4 times last week for 4 yards. He picks up 3 yards on the first carry here tonight in a scoreless game.
They rotate those receivers in and into the backfield and try to get them runs.
Myers wide left, twin receivers wide right. Back to throw the ball is Kaiser. He completes it in the flat to Derek Young. Young spins, has 1st down yardage, and brought down at midfield. Young wide open in that secondary. Dak Whisker made the tackle. That's his 7th tackle of the year.
They're playing hurry-up offense here after a 10-yard gain.
Smith Cotton with 4-man front, and they jumped offside. There's the penalty. As we'll go to Mike Kuzak here in a moment and let him give us an explanation.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
It'll be 1st and 5 now for Rockbridge, now in Tiger territory. Bruins up front, Kendall, Little, DeVore, Perkins, Sondermeyer, and they did it again, and that must be the cadence of the Rockbridge quarterback, Sam Kaiser, that's pulling them off.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
A referee, Mike Kuzak. Clark Swisher's the umpire. Paul Corpening is the headlinesman. Side judge is Pat Mills. His pass is caught by Seaman near sideline. Seaman spins away from a tackler and gets close to the 1st down yardage. A nice effort after the catch. And by the way, our back judge is Hunter Carter.
Seaman last year, he was an electric wide receiver and running back for the Bruins. He rushed for 421 yards and 2 touchdowns last year out of the backfield.
2nd down and 1 for Rockbridge. Now shift. Seaman in the backfield, gets the call, working left. Seaman catches a block, and see you later. They will not catch Drayvon Seaman. 31-yard touchdown run around the left end. They did a great job of sealing, and the Bruins draw first blood with 7:41 to play in the opening quarter. 31-yard TD run.
Drayvon Seaman's outside speed is phenomenal. He cut out to the outside before even hitting the line of scrimmage and beat every defender out there to the goal line.
Very impressive drive for the Rockbridge Bruins. I got a little help now. They'll try to tack on the extra point as Joey Scardina will kick out of the hold of Brady Davidson, and the kick's long enough, high enough, and it's good. And Rockbridge has a 7-0 lead. Boy, you make a couple mistakes, your defense breaks down with concentration. They got sealed, and boom, here comes Seaman, and he's loose.
That's the type of consistency we're looking for from the Rockbridge Bruins. Keeping the ball out of the hands of the defense, limiting those turnovers, and going down there and punching it in.
They really didn't waste too much time as they held Sedalia Smith-Cotton to the 1 first down, took the punt, and then marched it down the field for the score. And a 65-yard drive on that scoring touchdown for Rockbridge. As the Bruins last year just took the coals to Sedalia Smith-Cotton, winning by a score of 49-0. The year before that, Rockbridge won 50-0. In fact, when you look at this series, Rockbridge has outscored Smith-Cotton in the 5 games, 238-21. 1 minute, 2 seconds is all it took. 4 plays, 65 yards. Scardina's extra point good. And Rockbridge has a 7-0 lead after the run by Drayvon Seaman of 31 yards. And now an onside kick, and it's there. Picked up by the Rockbridge Bruins. Spencer Irving. Check that. That is Riley Rolling who received that onside kick. And the Rockbridge Bruins pulled one out of their hat. And they caught the Smith-Cotton Tigers sleeping.
The Tigers were not expecting that one. Rolwing was able to easily pick that one up and then run for an extra couple yards. Rolwing, he is one of their outside wide receivers. He had 2 catches for 104 yards last week. He was their vertical threat.
Well, and he was the only man that got into the end zone for him. Is that 1 touchdown catch for 75 yards. Put the Bruins on the board 7-0. Rockbridge brings out the offense again. Kaiser at the controls, and he's pulled him offside again. That is 15 yards without the ball being snapped. As Sammy Wise.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Sammy Wise a little nervous on that defensive end spot. Up front, it's Wise, Archambault, and Rashawn Umbles for Smith-Cotton. And the linebacking core is Butner, Miller, and Brown. Kaiser on 1st and 5, broken play. He'll keep it up the middle. He's got a first down to the 25, to the 20. Sam Kaiser brought down at about the 18-yard line. Kaiser last week ran the ball 3 times for 6 yards. He just busted up the middle for about 16.
Took 3 or 4 defenders to bring him down, kept the legs churning, and fell forward for an extra couple.
Rockbridge trying to take advantage of a successful onside kick. Empty backfield. Guys are looking at a 3-man front. Fires it in the flat. Rolling has it. Leans forward, and they blow the whistle as his knee goes down. A gain on the play is 6. Tackle made by Jackson Miller. That's his 3rd tackle of the year. Rockbridge, very talented team, very big up front. 317, 260, 274, 330, 235. And you would think that they would be able to hold the line of scrimmage, but that line of scrimmage struggled last week. Kaiser on the keeper up the middle inside the 10. He's got first down yardage and stopped at about the 8. It'll be 1st and goal to go from there.
Roberts, the pulling guard, opened up a hole there for Kaiser, but one of the defenders got a hold of his leg, and he was brought down earlier than expected on that play.
The Bruins are knocking on the door to go up 2 scores. Seaman wide to the left. Wide to the near side is Holt. They hand it off. Carrying the ball around the right end for Rockbridge is Stephen Williams. And Williams stood up at about the 6-yard line, just a 2-yard gain. Williams last week 7 rushes for 38 yards. It was tough sledding running the ball last week against that good Park Hill South defense. Of course, Rockbridge's defense is pretty salty as well, giving up just 13 points. They too were victimized by the big play. But Rockbridge turned it over 4 times last week. I think that's what really landed up costing them the football game, as Kaiser takes a snap rolling right. Kaiser looking, surveying the field, runs over to the near sideline, trying to ram it in there to Cooper Myers, and goes incomplete.
Right side of the field was congested over there. Able to see a receiver down there at the pylon, but couldn't fit it into that tight window to Cooper Myers.
Be 3rd and goal from the 6. Joey Scordina warming up on the sideline. Trips to the right for Rockbridge. Alden Turner out there for the Bruins. I don't think we saw him last week. Bruins want the ball on the left hash mark. 3rd down. Now in the backfield, Williams along Kaiser, and a broken play. You know, there were times last week Rockbridge just totally looked like they were going to dominate the Panthers, and then they started spitting and sputtering and really struggled to get back on course, and it cost them. Let's see what this flag's about.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Offside on the Bruins, and that'll give them some operating room. 3rd and 11.
Those late turnovers were really crucial to the game and allowed the Panthers to get in there and win it there at the end.
3rd down, goal to go from the 9. Kaiser wants to throw, fires far flat. It's caught in the far flat by Stephen Williams. He's forced out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. It'll be 4th and goal to go. And a decision to be made by Matt Perkins. Coach Perkins put the loss on his shoulders after last week's loss with some of his decision making. And had a tough Monday morning. Well, the Bruins going for this on 4th down with a 7-0 lead. 4th and goal to go from the 5. Williams shifts into the backfield, and that might have just cost him 5. Is that an illegal shift? No, timeout, Rockbridge. Matt Perkins thinking it over. We got a timeout here with 5:30 to play.
Timeout, Rockbridge.
We'll be back with more of our Friday night game of the week.
This will also be
on the go? Stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app.
It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm gonna go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
Are you looking for an exciting career? If so, then we're looking for you. Hitachi Energy is hiring full-time hourly team members at our Jeff City location with an average starting rate of $23 to $27 per hour. Full-time hires are eligible for benefits starting day 1. An exciting career is waiting for you, so don't wait. Apply online today at hitachienergy.com/career.
Do you suffer from chronic pancreatitis? Then MCU is for you. Members experience benefits like saving more money with lower interest rates, an increased ability to get a great auto loan, and a home equity line of credit. MCU is not for everyone. Do not use if you're allergic to a fattening wallet, benefiting from profits, or being treated like a person, not a number. Continuous use of MCU may lead to higher levels of spending.
Power. Cut.
Breaking the fourth wall. Isn't that a little on the nose?
Let's go again. Reset.
Who writes this stuff?
Missouri Credit Union. From the pig, for the people.
I was in a motorcycle accident and lost my left leg, and Harper Evans Wade Nudemeyer was able to get me a settlement and help me take care of medical bills.
We understand that when somebody's seriously hurt in an accident. They needed time to recover physically and emotionally, and we want to make that as easy for them as possible.
What they did allowed me to be able to focus on myself and my health and getting back to where I need to be.
Fourth down, goal to go, just outside the 5-yard line for the Bruins. Williams in the backfield along with Sam Kaiser. After the timeout, the Bruins are still going for it over the middle. It's incomplete. And Smith Cotton's defense holds. The intended receiver was Alden Turner. Turner on a slant couldn't make the catch.
That'll turn the field around for the Tigers, working inside their own 10-yard line. Maybe they can move the ball down the field a little bit more on that than that last drive where they were stuffed down the middle of the field.
I have to stand corrected. We've had a number change, and Devin Holt is wearing number 10 and not number 11 tonight. That was Devin Holt, the intended receiver on that post pattern. So the Bruins come up empty, and Smith Cotton will take over the football at the 5-yard line. 7-0 Rockbridge, scoring on a 31-yard run by Draven Seaman, his first touchdown run of the year. And out come the Smith Cotton Tigers. Gray takes the snap, hands it off the balance, looking for a block. Trouble in the backfield. Now in the end zone, he's going to be sacked for safety. And there were nothing but Bruin jerseys all over the place, including Donovan Taylor.
The end around in the end zone did not work out as well as the Tigers thought it would there. Not much real estate there on that near side of the field for the Tigers.
Pursuit to the football. Boy, the Bruins brought the house. They unloaded the bus, and it was all Rockbridge. And Smith Cotton, where's the safety? And Rockbridge gets 2 of those 3 points they could have had on the field goal attempt. And now they lead 9-0 with 5:18 to play here in quarter number 1. And the Bruins are going to get the football back on this free kick. Last week we saw a 57-yard field goal and a 50-yard field goal. This week we see a safety. As Smith Cotton and Rockbridge huddle up. We'll be back with more in a half a minute.
On the go, stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app.
It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm going to go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store or Google Play today. ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
That competition will be in Dallas, Texas.
9-0 Rockbridge. They're going to get the football on this free kick after the safety. It's the Rockbridge Bruins. Brought that defensive unit, and they squelched out that end around. Robert Balance just had no chance, and he kept looking for more leverage, and he kept getting deeper and deeper into the end zone, and he was buried.
No real estate back there on the near side of the field, like I said earlier. They couldn't find any holes down there near the pylon.
Kenyon Menace along with Draven Seaman back to return. Seaman fields it at the 38, trying to get outside, looking for a block. Seaman to the 40, 45, and brought down at about the 48-yard line of Sedalia Smith Cotton. Nice open field tackle there to save the touchdown. Seaman had a notion of jetting down that sideline again. Kieran Staten made the tackle for Smith Cotton, an 18-yard return by Seaman. So the Rockbridge Bruins get the ball in Tiger territory. This is the third possession of this game. 5:08 to play in the first quarter. 9-0 Bruins. And into quarterback is Brady Davidson, the junior. Davidson last week, 7 of 13 for 140 yards and a touch and an interception. He ran the ball for a -4. It's the one difference I think I've noticed between Davidson and Kaiser. I think Davidson isn't quite the threat running the ball as Kaiser is, even though they're both big men at 6'5". Davidson with the empty backfield. Looking right, fires in the flat. It's incomplete. It might have been tipped by Sammy Weiss.
Davidson and Kaiser, they both got tall, long legs, and they can move down the field every once in a while. Kaiser definitely is the running threat of the two. Brady's got a good ball. He'll throw it all over the place as well, and he's got good receivers to catch it.
Brady Davidson is just a junior. The strange thing is Kaiser and Davidson are also related. They're cousins. 2nd and 10. Brady Davidson trying to pull him offside with his cadence. As the Bruins send twin receivers wide to the near side. In Young and Seaman. Davidson wants to keep, and Sedalia Smith-Cotton's up to the task, and again leading away with Sammy Weiss.
That three-man front penetrated the offensive line really fast on that play. They got in there and made sure there were no holes for Davidson to get through.
You know, last week the Rockbridge offensive line just spit and sputtered all night. It really, really struggled. And to use the words of Matt Perkins, it was abysmal. 3rd down and 13.
13 yards to go.
Trips right. Twin receivers left. Davidson wants to throw. Looking right. It's going deep. It's got Seaman wide open. Seaman at the 20. See you later. Touchdown. Touchdown strike of 49 yards, and that was like plain catch. As Seaman got behind the secondary and was gone, and Davidson laid it in. And just like that, it's 15-0.
That's his 2nd touchdown of the day. And 2 through the air. He gets back behind the cornerback and the safety. A little bit of confusion there. That straight line speed as well as the sideline speed.
Davidson will stay in to hold. And the long snapper, this is Lucas snapping. Long snap count. They get it down. Here's pressure. And Scardina gets it up and out of here and through the uprights. And just like that, Rockbridge has a 16-0 lead. So Rockbridge Bruins strike long distance. The pass play from Brady Davidson throwing his first touchdown pass of the year. Last year, Davidson threw 6 touchdown passes. It's his first this season. The other one belongs to Sam Kaiser. And Draven Seaman has 2 touchdowns already in this game.
Showing that real rushing threat on the first touchdown, and then the receiving threat on that 2nd touchdown. The sideline to sideline speed and the straight line speed on display tonight.
Whether you need to transfer money between accounts.
Scardina now gets set to kick it off. You know, Sedalia Smith-Cotton competes in Class 5. You know, the district assignments were released earlier this week. And in that Class 5 District 7 races, Carthage, Webb City, Belton, Raytown South, Neosho, Ruskin, and of course Sedalia Smith-Cotton. There's some pretty good teams in there. You take Webb City and Belton and Carthage, you better be ready. You better have your bread buttered when you go play in that district, because there's some pretty salty Class 5 clubs in there. A lot of state championships, especially with Webb City and Carthage. Scardina's low end-over-end kick won't be returned. His balance will watch it sail into the band. That last touchdown drive for the Rockbridge Bruins went 49 yards, 3 plays. Just 57 seconds as Draven Seaman hauled in a 49-yard touchdown pass from Brady Davidson. Comes with 4:20 to play in the first quarter. Scardina is now 3 of 3 extra point tries on the year. And Rockbridge has a 16-0 lead here with 4:20 to play in quarter number 1. And Sedalia Smith-Cotton, who has picked up 1 first down, now is a little better field position and is able to take over the football after the touchback at their own 20-yard line. Bo Gray brings Hawkins with him in the backfield. Twin receivers right. Wing to the right. Rockbridge with a 4-man rush. Watkins gets the call and nowhere to run. Boy, he was buried, and up to make the stop for Rockbridge was Ross Taylor, a 6-foot, 185-pound junior. Also in there was Grayson Kutchlow.
Smith Cotton is coming into this season looking to improve on that one-win season last year to really compete in their district this year against those great teams like Webb City and Carthage, as you mentioned.
Wide to the near side for Smith Cotton, or for Sedalia Smith Cotton is Brady Anderson. Trips to the left. Wing right. Rockbridge brings 4. And getting the call for Smith Cotton was Gray, quarterback. He has kept it. It's going to be 3rd and short. This defensive front of the Bruins might be one of the better defensive fronts in Class 6 in the state of Missouri. I thought they played that well last week. I think they're the football and gets belted right in there to make the play. Ross Taylor, as they were almost like in the huddle of the Smith Cotton Tigers, and it's 4th down and 14.
Ross Taylor once again getting into the backfield fast and easy. He hit the running back hard on that play, stopped it, loss of yards on that one.
Snow goes deep, the return of the anticipated punt of Brayton Butts. Rockbridge smelling blood in the water here. Could be bringing some pressure. And they do. There's the block. With the block, I think, was Donovan Taylor. And it's blocked out of the back of the end zone. And that'll go as another safety.
They're bringing the heat on the punt so far. That's 2 punt tips. He tipped the first one, but he got his revenge and he got the block on the second one. Donovan Taylor getting to the punter on that one once again.
Grayson Cutchlow also in there bringing heat. And the Rockbridge Bruins defense has the capability of winning some games, and they have right now started taking over this one. Second safety of the first quarter. It's now 18-0 Rockbridge, as the Bruins have scored 4 points with defense.
Draven Seaman with the first 2 touchdowns, and then 2 safeties, offense and defense rolling for the Bruins early tonight.
You know, Sedalia Smith Cotton, as we mentioned, still looking for their first CMAC victory since they've joined this league, since the makeup of this league. And now they're in their second-year leadership of Josh Gray. Last year they went 2-8 in 22, but Josh Gray in his second year, hoping to see some daylight here soon. He really is excited about his underclassmen, but Josh Gray was at Kearney for 5 years as a head coach. Before that, 9 years as a defensive coordinator.
Holman set to kick off.
And here is the free kick, and Seaman will field it at the 36. Up the middle, 50. Breaks a tackle to the 45 and down to about the 46-yard line. And Rockbridge has the football in Sedalia territory again. 21-yard return by Draven Seaman. Donovan Taylor with the blocked punt for the 2-point safety. And it comes with 2:09 to play for Rockbridge in the first quarter. Don't forget at the half, we'll try to get you some mid-Missouri scores. We'll also feature the Bruin girls and the Rockbridge marching band. As Rockbridge brings the offense back on the field, and Brady Davidson is at the helm. Davidson gives to Williams. Williams has got nothing but green turf in front of him. One man to beat, tripped up and down at about the 2-yard line, maybe to 3. Stephen Williams got a little off balance after a 40-yard scamper around the right end. Ward was the secondary.
Brady Anderson was the one to trip up Williams on that play just to save the touchdown. Trip for a couple extra yards inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal to go for Rockbridge. Inside the 4. And they give to Williams. Stood up at about the 3. As the white shirts had stacked it up. And up to make the stop for Sedalia was Jackson Miller and Parker Brown. Can Sedalia hold out the Bruins? This Bruin defense giving up just 13 points a game, I realize early in the year, but you don't want to get behind Rockbridge anymore. What Sedalia Smith Cotton is already behind, that's 18 points. Cooper Myers in the backfield. He gets the call coming right. Myers knifes his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Running behind the lead block of Noah Skondelmeyer. And the Rockbridge Bruins have a 24-0 lead with 1:04 to play. And they are making it look really, really easy right now.
Virtually untouched through that hole, right into the goal line. Good blocking by the tight ends and offensive line on that play.
As Rockbridge is raced out to this 24-0 lead, doing it with defense and big plays. It's Seaman scampering for a 31-yard touchdown score. You got the 49-yard touchdown strike from Davidson to Seaman again. And now Cooper Myers, who had a big week last week catching a football for 122 yards, has his first score of the year. Now from the far sideline, it looks like that Josh Gray wants to check something with our referee, Mike Kuzak. Here we go. Unsportsmanlike conduct, but I'm not quite sure they were offsetting sportsmanlike conduct. Very hard to decipher what Mike Kuzak was saying with the reverb.
Sounded like an unnecessary celebration on that play.
Scardina now will attempt this point after out of the hold of Brady Davidson. Snaps down, kicks on away. It's perfect. And Rockbridge has the lead of 25-0.
3 straight perfect extra points from the Army commit. Joey Scardina capping off 3 straight electric Rockbridge Bruin drives.
Rockbridge scores on a 3-yard run by Cooper Myers, his first of the year, capping a 44-yard 3-play drive. Took 1 minute 5 seconds. Extra point good, 25-0. Rockbridge with the lead here in quarter number 1. We'll take a break. More of the Friday night game of the week presented by the networks of Mid-Missouri and Columbia Public Schools on KZOU in a moment.
Columbia Public Schools are on a mission, a never-ending quest to be the best school district in the state, and they're well on the way. With the help and support of their generous marketing partners, CPS has contributed over $1.8 million to Missouri State High School Activities Association programs. So how has it paid off? Nearly 40% of the student body in secondary school participate in athletics and activities, and you can be part of the mission too. Visit these websites today for all the details on how you can help CPS and get involved today.
Deep for the Sedalia Smith Cotton Tigers is Mylan Hawkins along with Corrine Staten. Rockbridge is going to be backed up for that unsportsmanlike penalty after the touchdown. And they are off. It is unsportsmanlike against Rockbridge. And that's costing them 15 yards. And let's see how good a leg Scardina has. As Evan Sapp mentioned, he's headed to West Point. Hawkins and Statens both in return position. Here's a high end-over-end kick. Hawkins will field it at the 4, drops it, loose football, picks it up at the 10. Hawkins to the right sideline, and he's muscled to the ground at about the 16-yard line. And getting downfield for Rockbridge was Ben Bamer. 12-yard return. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Sedalia. And they get an opportunity to get field position, and they fumble the kickoff return.
That muffed kickoff really didn't give him a lot of room on that play. Rockbridge was able to come downhill faster than they usually were, and Sedalia Smith-Cotton, they are backed up and they are inside their own 20 on this play on the 16-yard line.
Smith-Cotton's got to find a way to make some things happen here, or it's going to be a long bus ride home back to Sedalia. Trips to the left, receiver wide to the right. But Sean Brown, the center, ready to snap to Bo Gray. Gray drops back, looking, fires, got a receiver wide open over the middle as that's hauled in by Hawkins. Hawkins out of the backfield, circles around and picks up about 18, 19 yards on that completion.
Two DBs playing back on number 8, Hawkins on that play. They gave him too much room there, and he was able to come across the middle of the field and get a reception on that play for a first down.
Second first down of the night for Smith-Cotton. They got to get Hawkins separated, get him out in the open field. J.T. Dunn was finally there to make the tackle for Rockbridge. Back to throw, Gray. Flushed out of the pocket, in trouble. Down he goes. Gray caught from behind by Cutchlow, and then hammered from the side for a good measure by Spencer Irvin. The two outside linebackers met on a loss of a yard.
He caught up to him quick on that one. He pushed him out of the backfield and then chased him down the field and ended up in a result of a loss of 1.
That's a big man. Grayson Cutchlow, 6'4", 220.
I would not want him chasing me down in the backfield. I don't want him tackling me, and with that speed especially.
With that size, especially is the way I look at it. Make you a faster man if you're trying to run from a big fellow like that. Now Gray takes the snap, and they blow the play dead. Clark Swisher, our umpire, didn't like something.
The end of the first quarter.
We are through 1 here at Rockbridge High School, and right now the Bruins in control with a 25-0 lead after 1 quarter of play. We're back with the second quarter on our Friday night game of the week in just a few moments. This is a production put together by the networks of Mid-Missouri and Columbia Public Schools.
Jim Butler CDJR is bringing you the showdown you've been waiting for. Jeep versus Ram. Will it be a Jeep thing that takes you to the top? Or will you be grabbing life by the horns? Jeep versus Ram. Only Jim Butler gives you the new selection, the savings, and the buying power to choose your side once and for all. Don't miss a second of the action in Lynn, Centralia, or at cdjrpowerhouse.com during Jeep Adventure Days.
Columbia Public Schools are on a mission, a never-ending quest to be the best school district in the state, and they're well on the way. With the help and support of their generous marketing partners, CPS has contributed over $1.8 million to Missouri State High School Activities Association programs. So how has it paid off? Nearly 40% of the student body in secondary school participate in athletics and activities, and you can be part of the mission too. Visit these websites today for all the details on how you can help CPS and get involved today.
Save big money and get 11% off everything at Menards. Sylvania's True-Wave LED bulbs provide the closest lighting to natural sunlight. They help you feel better and see things easier. Receive $10 instant savings with a purchase of $40 or more on Sylvania True-Wave LED bulbs. Upgrade your home with new outlets from Legrand. Charge more of your devices without the need for bulky AC adapters. Pick up this USB outlet for $32.92 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I almost died in a car accident and had a stroke on November 27, 2018.
One of the things that our firm was able to do to help Randy was to get all of those medical bills reduced down so that he could enjoy his settlement to help him with speech therapy and get the therapies that he needed.
They are genuinely kind individuals who want to help you. They will fight for you. I am so grateful for what they did for me.
We are set for second quarter action here on the game of the week. The Rockbridge Bruins with a 25-0 lead against Sedalia Smith Cotton. Smith Cotton looking at a second down and 11 from their own 34. Gray wants to throw, fires in a flat. It's incomplete as he tried to connect with Mylan Hawkins.
Overthrown.
And it'll be third and long.
Overthrown on that pass out there on that out route. Would have been a completion of about 5 or 6 yards, depending on if he turned up the field, but just outside the reach of Hawkins.
When that play was developing, the wide receiver, I believe it was Robert Balance, was in the neighborhood too. I'm not sure everybody was on the right page.
Yeah, Balance kept running down the field on that one. I thought that would be towards him, but he ran down the field and Hawkins had to hawk it down.
Jackson wide to the right, Twins to the left. Gray back to throws, got some time, buys more, and he completes the pass over the middle as the catch was made. And with the catch was Easton Beebe, the tight end. That's his third catch of the year. And I think you got to target that big tight end a little more often, a 6'4", 240 senior. And Smith Cotton has got another first down as Mason Snyder made the tackle from the cornerback position.
He is the one that can match up against this Rockbridge defense in terms of size. So targeting him down the field seems like a smart idea for the Tigers.
First and 10 for Smith Cotton. Again, trying to get something put together here to gain a little momentum early here in the second quarter. Beebe wide to the near side along with a couple compadres. Back to throw Gray, and down goes Gray as the Bruins got through, and it was Cutchlow again leading the charge. He had some assistance from Crew Narden.
Pocket collapsed real fast on that one for Gray. He had to make a decision, couldn't get one in time because of that speed by Cutchlow and that size.
Not much time back there. You've got to get it out of there in a hurry. Well, last week, Rockbridge gave up just 13 points. Gave up a couple field goals. Got them beat. Gray again hearing footsteps, fires one, and that is caught for a gain on the play, short yardage. And with the catch was Gavin Jackson, who had to jump to make the catch. And Gray did a nice job of dropping that in there. And now it's third down and about 16.
Third down and real long for the Tigers here. Couldn't get anything going on these first couple plays. They're going to have to get the ball downfield on this one so they can continue their drive.
And Sedalia wants to think this one over. They're going to use the timeout. As Josh Gray, in his second year, wants a break here and wants to talk stuff over. Let's just kind of hang on here just for a minute. As Smith Cotton looked like they were headed to the sideline, and the officials are talking things over. And I'm not quite sure what this is about as well. Disputing if that ball was caught or not. Here's our referee.
The pass was complete. It was complete. Third down. Please put 10-15 on the game clock.
Play stands as called. Trips left. Beebe lines up to the right. Wing to the left. Gray takes the snap, rolling left. Heavy pursuit, stepped right into the tackle. As Dane Elmquist stepped up there and made the stick, Spencer Irvin was right there as well.
Four-man front, penetrated the offensive line quickly. They got into the backfield and caught the quarterback scrambling to the far side of the field.
I just think you got to get it out of there. I don't think you can. You got to be quick.
No room to dance around there in the backfield tonight.
No time to dance. That's right, Evan. Deep goes Cullen Snow for Rockbridge, and on the punt is Braden Butts. As Butts will have to also be quick because that offensive front and special team has been victimized already. Now a timeout on the field.
Delay game. Offense. Still fourth down.
Smith Cotton keeps hurting themselves with penalties as well. What is that? I know that's 20 yards in penalties at least.
Multiple encroachments so far on that Kaiser hard count. They've been got multiple times.
So that'll back them up a few more yards. Snow
back deep for the Bruins.
Sneaks up, now hold everything. Headline judge Paul Corpening, I think, blew his whistle.
There is no foul.
Here comes some pressure, and he got it off. Snow on the run, makes the catch to 43, across 45, 50, breaks a tackle, and forced out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, but a penalty marker down as well.
Snow.
Nice return by Snow.
Run out of bounds eventually by number 72, Rashawn Humbles.
Might be a block in the back. Holding on Smith Cotton on that return, or rather on Rockbridge on that return.
Bruins sent the house on the punter for multiple times. This is not the first time today. They've gotten back there multiple times, but the punter could get it off this time, and Cullen Snow broke
during the return, holding on the return team, 10-yard penalty from the spotted foul. First down.
So the Bruins will set things up at their own 45-yard line with a 25-0 lead, 9:12 to play here in the second quarter. Lars Perkins is now the center over the football for Rockbridge. They've got a little rotation going on there between center and a couple guards, as they have moved some people around. Jason Kindle is the left tackle. Back to throw, Brady Davidson. It's caught in a flat by Wilson. He breaks it, or rather Young. This is Derek Young, and Young spins for another yard. Boy, he had to earn that extra yard as he was anchored down.
Davidson was trotted back out onto the field again for, this is the third straight drive. We haven't seen Kaiser since the first drive of the game. Davidson's been firing on all cylinders tonight.
Second down and 4. And they called him off. They pulled him off again. Another 5-yard penalty. That is their 5th penalty of the night for 25 yards.
Encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty. That results in a first down.
Archibald checks out of that defensive front. They bring in Gherkin. 1st and 10 from the 44. Davidson fires wide open in the flat. Cooper Myers, who is that made that catch? With the catch is Devin Holt, wearing number 10 tonight. As Holt gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Holt is another one of those transfers from Columbia Hickman. Holt had a couple catches last week. The Bruins on the march here, working from about the 26-yard line. Davidson gives, and trying to get outside and flipped around is Derek Young. Derek Young and Stephen Williams been getting some runs out of that backfield. With the tackle with Samuel Wright. Wright comes into this game after making 15 tackles at Sedalia last week, or rather at Moberly last week. 5'11", 185-pound southpaw. There's one of their young players. 2nd and 8. Out of the pistol. Myers dots the I. They give to Myers. Cooper races up the middle, breaks a tackle, drags another tackler down to about the 16-yard line, close to the marker for the first down. And they indicate it is a first down.
Myers earned 8 yards on that one, keeping the legs moving, keep them churning, and he picked up all those yards, and he earned it.
First down, Rockbridge.
Bruins methodically moving it down the field. Young now lines up in the backfield. Play action. And Brady Davidson in some trouble. Brought down. They got to him. The sack, and leading the way was the sophomore, Samuel Wright.
Number 35, Samuel Wright.
We're starting to see some pressure from the Smith Cotton Tigers on this drive here. Davidson caught in the backfield, chased down, and maybe Smith Cotton can continue that trend of getting into the backfield.
They need some good things to happen, some positive plays to play with more confidence. Empty backfield, second down, 15. Pass it to flat, caught by Holt for a gain of about 3 or 4. And Smith Cotton will live with that, especially when it's second and long. You get behind the chains, things are different. It's tougher to make things happen.
That'll bring them right back up to the chains, and it'll be a 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and 12. Trips left, actually 4 receivers left. You count the wingback. Receiver right. Now the Bruins adjust their formation, and the handoff on the sweep. Coming around the left end, looking for a block, is Holt, and he's in for the touchdown. Holt runs it in from 18 yards away. 18-yard sweep by Holt. I like the way he followed his blocks. He let the blockers get the work done.
He cut that back inside. He had one blocker blocking 2 men and cut it back inside. Defenders dove at his ankles, but he was in the end zone.
31-0, extra point pending. Rockbridge looked like they were spitting and sputtered maybe a little bit on offense, but then Devin Holt gives them a lift on a nice sweep around the left end. Davidson holding, snap down. Scardina boots it high and in because he knocked it through. And like that, it's 32-0 with 5:29 to play here in the first half.
This is an official timeout with a mid-quarter water break.
We'll be back with more of the game of the week in a moment.
With fall inventory on the way, Machins savings are here to stay. Shop over 1,000 vehicles at any of the Joe Machins family of dealerships today during our Fall Sell All sales event. Over 13 brands and 10 dealerships gives you the best selection, and our volume advantage saves you even more. Cars, trucks, SUVs, CUVs, even hybrid and fully electric. If you're in the market, Machins has it, and we have it for less. Visit the Joe Machins family of dealerships today or click Machins.com. Joe Machins Automotive Group, part of the McClarty Automotive Group family.
News from Fulton.
At Callaway Collision Center, we do more than just auto body work. And when we do auto body work, we do it right and we treat you right.
Body work, alignments, mechanical repairs, we do it all.
Callaway Collision Center. Honest, dependable, and one of the best in the business.
We are Callaway Collision Center, and we want to be your auto body specialist. Give us a call.
Do you suffer from chronic pancreatitis? Then MCU is for you. Members experience benefits like saving more money with lower interest rates, an increased ability to get a great auto loan, and a home equity line of credit. MCU is not for everyone. Do not use if you're allergic to a fattening wallet, benefiting from profits, or being treated like a person, not a number. Continuous use of MCU may lead to higher levels of spending.
Power. Cut.
Breaking the fourth wall. Isn't that a little on the nose?
Let's go again. Reset.
Who writes this stuff?
Missouri Credit Union. From the pig, for the people.
32-0 Rockbridge as they just completed the 55-yard drive, took 7 plays. Devin Holt with a run around the left end for 18-yard touchdown. Took 3 minutes, 43 seconds. Scardina added the extra point, his 4th of the night. Bruins with a 32-0 lead. They've also taken advantage of a couple of safeties. Scardina now ready to kick as he boots this one deep, end over end, and about 8 yards deep into the end zone. No return. The Bruins kickoff team had yet to make a tackle this year.
Gardina's kick results in a touchdown.
How long can that continue? On the high school level, how often do you see something like that? Granted, we're only almost a game and a half in, but
we're witnessing a Division I kicker. That's why I would say he boots it to the back of the end zone nearly every time. That consistency, that's what West Point saw in him.
Nearly you take it for granted. And Sedalia will set it up at the 20. Boy, they have not had field position. They have picked up some first downs, but it has been tough sledding. It's the big center showing Brown. Ready to snap this one to the junior quarterback, Bo Gray. Gray puts a man in motion. Gray rolling right on the option, pitches it, and Hawkins is buried in the backfield. Nothing but black jerseys all over the place. It's the Bruins brought the heat. Jeremy Anderson in on that play, I believe. Also,
tackled by number 2, Elijah Morton.
Josh Larkins.
It was an option play, but there was no good option on that one. A quarterback would have been swarmed. Running back was swarmed. All black jerseys on that play.
Seeing some fresh jerseys out there for Rockbridge on that defensive side. They have had their way thus far. Balance wide left, Hawkins wide left, wing to the right. Gray under pursuit, dodges a tackler, will keep it, rolling right's got running room, and is forced out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Tackle made on the far sideline by Ross Taylor.
The ball carrier.
Cutchlow screaming off the edge on that play, forced Gray out of the pocket on that one. Chased down by Larkins as well, but ended up picking up 4 on that one.
Third down and long for Smith Cotton.
Third down, 7 yards to go.
Smith Cotton trying to work that play clock down to 8 seconds, still huddled up. Just had that water break timeout. They're going to have to call a timeout here. Next week, we will be at Battle High School.
Timeout. Smith Cotton.
As the Battle Spartans will host the Elias Crusaders. That'll be next week. We'll be back with more here in a moment at Rockbridge.
This is Smith Cotton's first.
On the go? Stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app. It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm going to go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store or Google Play today. ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
Rockbridge 32, Sedalia Smith Cotton nothing. Next week we will be at Battle High School as Elias and Battle will perform. Week after that we'll be at Battle High School as they host the Hickman Cupies in another CMAC matchup. Rockbridge, the defending conference champs, dethroned Elias last year, handing the Crusaders their only conference loss in the first 3 years of this league. It's really amazing. Of course, Elias, a private school, but still the smallest school in the pack. The next smallest school, believe it or not, is Jefferson City. It was classified as a Class 4 school, or Class 4 participant this year once again.
7 yards to go.
3rd and 7 for Sedalia Smith Cotton. Catch over the middle, not made by Hawkins. And they are going to stick a targeting penalty, I believe, on the Rockbridge Bruin defender. We'll wait and see if that's what the call is. I think it's on Minnis.
Flag on the play.
The ball was in and out of the intended receiver's hands, making him fair game, but they're going to, I think, rule maybe he was a defenseless player. Which is where the game has really changed, if that's what the call is.
Minnis came screaming downfield on that play. And he hit him hard. He hit him hard when the ball left the hands.
Let's see what Mike Kuzak's got here.
Personal foul, defenseless player contact, defense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. That results in a first down.
Matt Perkins wants a little more details, a few more details on that. He goes, how's that guy supposed to pull up? You're taught if there's contact made, take the receiver out. Maybe they're saying he hit him too low. I don't know. Might have hit him low.
Coming downfield with your head aimed at the body of the receiver. Hit him with his shoulder, but it is a defenseless receiver, and that'll put him up for 15 yards.
First down, 10 yards to go.
First and 10 for Smith Cotton, and the penalty spots the ball at the 37. Wing left. Twin receivers right. Gray flushed out of the pocket, heavy pursuit, keeps the football, sidesteps a tackler across the 40, down to about the 44-yard line. Gain on the play of 7.
Quarterback keeper, Bo Gray on the run.
Grayson Cutchlow made the stop.
He's had to get creative this far. He's been pushed out of the pocket, pushed out of his comfort zone, but he's turned it into a couple good chunk plays, running it down the field, getting north and south.
Or in this case, east and west with this
yeah.
field setting in those directions, which throws a lot of football people off.
Yes.
Wide left, Jackson. Slot left, Balance. Back to throw, Gray. Gray wants to throw. Time runs out, and he's buried for a loss. Spencer Irvin over there leading the way.
Once again, pushed out of his comfort zone, out of the pocket. Those offensive linemen are not doing him any good so far, but he has done what he can running outside of the tackle box.
Jeremy Wood checks back into that defensive front. Woods is 6 foot, 256, a junior. This Bruin team has some physical bodies. Their defensive front, 255, 205, 256, and 215. Yep, the lighter guys are on the ends.
Timeout. Smith Cotton.
A teaching moment.
This is their second charge timeout of the half.
Josh Gray. We'll take a break. Rockbridge with a 32-0 lead with 3:32 to play opening half.
On the go? Stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app. It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm going to go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store or Google Play today. ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
Shakespeare's Pizza Southwest.
32-0. Smith Cotton trying to find some answers. Using a timeout here in the first half.
They had to go talk it over on the sideline. Talk to that offensive line about giving Gray some time in the backfield. He hasn't been able to try to complete any passes this far because he's had to run for his life.
Well, third down, intermediate yardage. You would think there's all kinds of plays in the playbook. But Sedalia really trying to tie together some type of drive. So they send Hawkins to the right in the slot, Balance wide right.
Third down, 5 yards
Rockbridge showing a 4-man front. Ross Taylor getting a lot of snaps from that linebacker spot. Cutchfield's taking over the center spot. Back to throw Gray. Here comes pressure. He unloads it. It's incomplete. Gray was popped. So the Bruins Spencer Irvin came in and left a calling card. It'll be fourth down. Smith Cotton, I think, also here is going to go for it. with 3:28 to play in the half, trying to get something generated. Gage Fowler is the wing back on the right side for Smith Cotton. Gray takes the snap, quick punt as he kicks it short. No one was back, and it took a Smith Cotton bounce. And Smith Cotton comes out of that smelling very good, as they're going to call it out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. The pooch kick very successful by Bo Gray of 35 yards.
This will give Rockbridge one of their worst field positions of the night, but so far in the last couple drives, they've been moving the ball excellently, and I don't see them stopping anytime soon.
Smith Cotton will try to have something to say about that. Tigers the three-man front. Back to quarterbacks Kaiser. He completes the pass far flat to Seaman, but a flag is out. Gain on the play of about 3. Emmanuel Neal made the tackle. It was a late flag. It's either a hold or what on that far sideline? Illegal pick, maybe? Usually don't see those calls on the high school level. Next week, the Rockbridge Bruins will travel to Jefferson City to take on the Jaybirds. That's always a fun matchup. Again, we'll be a battle.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, the receiver was covered up. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Interesting call. The play, the pass was caught at about for about a 3-yard gain. Rockbridge with men in motion now gets set. 1st and 15 for the Bruins. Getting the call, Williams. Steffen is buried. He's stuffed in that backfield for another loss. Jackson Miller with the tackle.
That far side of the field was mostly white jerseys down there. They were able to beat those blocks and get to Williams in the backfield.
Loss of about a yard, maybe 2. The Bruins now with 2:49 to play with timeouts left. Under the leadership now, Sam Kaiser now quarterback, trying to get back on the rails. And they give the Seaman. He could get him on the rails in a hurry. If Seaman catches a block and gets to the edge, stiffs arms the tackler, and forced out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 9. Tackle made by Brady Anderson from the strong safety spot. Smith Cotton with that cover 5. They usually run 5 defensive backs.
With Seaman and his speed, the sideline is your friend if you're a Tiger.
3rd down, 6 yards to go.
Back to throw. Kaiser caught by Seaman, tossed out of bounds. By the Tigers. Actually, that was
4th down.
Rawling with the catch. 4th and 1. Bruins will go for it with 2:30 to play in the half. An interesting call here. With a 32-0 lead, they feel they can gamble. Sam Kaiser audibilizing at the line. Sam Kaiser is going to keep the football. He's got a 1st down up the middle, spins away from a tackle, trying to get outside, and is ruled out of bounds, and there's a late hit. And here we go.
It all started with that jersey grab to throw him out of bounds and twist him around, and then it just got physical from there.
Kaiser got 1st down yardage, about a 7-yard run, and then the flag. Smith Cotton has not helped themselves with penalties. Personal foul against Smith Cotton. And are they going to stick the Bruins with a penalty? I don't think so.
After the end of the run, personal foul, defense, on the outbound hit. That's 15 yards from the end of the run, and that results in a first down.
So 15 yards from about the Rockbridge 40 will set it up at the 45 of Sedalia Smith Cotton. Fourth down gamble paid off. Bruins have the football with 2:28 to play here in the second with a 32-0 lead. Slot right, slot left, back to throw Kaiser, flushed out of the pocket. He unloads it, it's incomplete as Kaiser was looking for a safety check, safety valve, and I think that was Seaman who he tried to connect with, but he underthrew it.
He had to throw that across his body on that play, but I don't believe he needed to. He had to be pushed out of the pocket early by that outside linebacker, but he threw it across his body short to Seaman, the open receiver.
Yeah, Parker Brown was bringing the heat. It'll be second down and 10. Well, he had plenty of space to throw that in the area of Seaman, avoid the sack and get another down. Four receivers to the left. They flip it out to Seaman, and Seaman is brought down at about the 42-yard line, but I think this might be a horse collar call right here.
Raven Seaman takes the ball.
As they grabbed Seaman from up around the top of the shoulder pads.
Brought down by number 3, Gavin Jackson.
Jackson was there to make the stop. Personal foul, face mask. Now, was it incidental or personal foul? A lot of laundry on the field.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. That results in a first down.
And it's a major penalty. 30 yards of penalties the last couple plays stuck on the Bruins, or rather on the Tigers, who are already in trouble.
Two really dumb penalties have moved the Bruins up halfway into the Tigers' territory.
Kaiser wants to throw. Receives some pressure and will keep it down the near sideline to the 20 and forced out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Sam Kaiser might have more yards rushing than he does passing in this game.
He took the safe option on that play and stepped out of bounds before he was hit by 3 Tiger defenders, but able to get outside the pocket and to the sideline for a first down run.
Was that a bootleg all the way? Or was he flushed out of the pocket? That was an open field. First and 10 from the 14. Williams in the backfield. Back to throw Kaiser. Looks over the middle. Now, fine time rolling right. Kaiser still rolling right. Fires. It's incomplete. He had Holt in the end zone. Cooper Myers was the target.
Kaiser's pass.
And it goes incomplete. It's going to be second and 10.
Kaiser put the ball where Myers needed to get it, hit him in the hands, couldn't bring it in for the touchdown.
Talked a little earlier about the Class 5 District 7 teams. How about the Class 6 District 4 teams? Rockbridge, Hickman, Troy Buchanan, Hazelwood Central, and Fort Zumwalt West. Just a 5-team district. Never seen that before at the Class 6 level. They used to take the top 16 team or 32 teams. That was Class 6. They've shuffled it around. This pass is incomplete.
That's new faces in their district as well.
Yeah, that's a different looking district.
Random assortment of teams there. Rockbridge and Hickman not accompanied by their Columbia partner Battle.
Well, Battle's a Class 5. And they've got an interesting district as well. In fact, they've got a district that's pretty tough, including Jefferson, Capital City out of Jefferson City and Helias out of Jefferson City. And Smith Cotton's trying to jump offside again. 3rd down and 10. Jeff City High School is a Class 4 school. High snap. Kaiser hauls it in. Kaiser chased from behind. Now Kaiser stood up at about the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain on 3rd down of about 4.
Kaiser, the ball carrier.
Kaiser sure has a great amount of durability. He has gotten hit a lot on this drive, taking the ball down the field.
He shows his athleticism and reach up and keep that ball under control and able to find some running room as they bring out Joey Scardina. And this will be a 27-yard field goal attempt off the right hash. Davidson will do the holding here on 4th down and 6. And they will not kick it as the defender came on. Keeping it as Davidson inside the 5, down near the goal line. And he was pushed out short of the goal line, and Smith Cotton is held. It'll be a 1st and 10, though, for the Rockbridge Bruins at the 1-yard line. I thought maybe that oncoming defender might have got there a little early, but no flag.
He got a jump on it for sure. It looked so from up here.
1st down, Rockbridge.
So with 57 seconds to play in this 2nd quarter, Rockbridge has a 1st and goal to go at the 1-yard line. I thought that was a very good read by Brady Davidson because that kick attempt was going to be blocked. Now Kaiser will keep it, and Kaiser steps into the end zone for the touchdown. 1-yard run.
Absolutely untouched on that play. Could have walked into the end zone. Blocking was amazing. Found a hole.
And with 56 seconds to play, Rockbridge goes up 38-0 here in the 1st half. Again, don't forget at the intermission, we'll have the halftime show for you. We'll have Greg Wren's statistics from the 1st half. I'm sure they're going to be heavily favored towards Rockbridge, as the Bruins have done pretty much everything right here tonight. They've struck with a big play. They've struck with special teams. They've struck with the extra point is good by Scardina. And it's now a 39-0 lead with seconds to play here in the 1st half. But the Bruins have used all different phases of the game here tonight.
They've had their way for sure tonight. Running it, passing it, and they've gotten a lot of guys involved in this offense.
They have a lot of weapons. You got to feed those guys. You got to keep them all happy, even at this level. Believe it or not, I know everybody emphasizes the team thing, but nothing motivates people more than getting a football once in a while. John Hook, our producer, he's even on top of that.
Everyone's itching to touch the football here tonight, especially in a game like tonight for the Bruins. They want to get everybody involved.
Going deep for Sedalia will be Robert Balance and Karen Staten.
For the Bruins, deep to the Tigers, number 10, Robert Balance.
Scardina ready to kick it off one more time. Can he get it to the end zone? So he's had one kickoff now returned after the penalty this season. We're going to put Greg Wren on that stat and see where that is at the end of the year. And here's another high booming kick, and we've got whistles. That was returnable, but hold everything, illegal procedure, Rockbridge. And this is what drives Matt Perkins crazy. They just can't get things ironed out.
Free kick infraction on the kicking team. That'll go back 5 yards. We'll re-kick.
Practice. Another opportunity. That last kickoff, which was whistle dead, was returnable. He did not reach the end zone with the last one. You wonder if he's not trying to get some action for his teammates down there.
Try to set the tone in this game
Well,
even up 39-0.
Actually, the onside kick.
Yes.
The onside kick was returnable.
And it was returned by Riley Rowley.
It was almost returned by Rockbridge. Here's a low-line drive kick. And that's fielded by Balance, and he boots it. He'll cover it up at the 21.
No tackle on that play.
Maybe they are onto something there. Tackled by the field turf.
Keeping the statistics pure here on the special teams unit.
But again, it goes back to you got to field the ball. I mean, everything gets disrupted if you don't do it in rhythm.
Had to jump on it. The whole plan was messed up on that play, but recovered, and Smith Cotton will look to move down the field.
That's Evan Sapp. Our producer engineer tonight's John Hook. The director is Cooper Bryant. Doing stats, Greg Wren. Our spotter is Rob Parker. Charlie Sample, Oliver Parsons, and Cooper Myers, not number 32, but a different Cooper Myers, are our camera operators this evening. Snap back to Gray. He hands it off to Hawkins, and Hawkins might have spun for no gain.
Number 8, Mylan Hawkins.
And Rockbridge now thinking they might get the football back before the end of the half. We'll call a timeout.
Timeout. Rockbridge.
When we return, it'll be 2nd down and 13 for Sedalia Smith Cotton.
Columbia Public Schools are on a mission, a never-ending quest to be the best school district in the state, and they're well on the way. With the help and support of their generous marketing partners, CPS has contributed over $1.8 million to Missouri State High School Activities Association programs. So how has it paid off? Nearly 40% of the student body in secondary school participate in athletics and activities, and you can be part of the mission too. Visit these websites today for all the details on how you can help CPS and get involved today.
And the Rockbridge Bruins with a lead here late in the first half. Sedalia Smith Cotton has the football, looking at 2nd down and about 13. Again, we'll try to get you some scores from around Central Missouri at the half. Some pretty good matchups. Battle at Capital City, Jeff City at Hannibal. They're in the same district, by the way, now. Jeff City, Hannibal. And Hickman at Helias. Father Tolton at Putnam County, Harrisburg, Clark County, Southern Boone at Mexico, Hallsville at Centralia. Battle of Boone County there. That'll be a big shootout. Panthers with a big win last week against Mexico. Boone County beat Audrain County. Second down, 13. Smith Cotton has picked up some yards, but they have not threatened to score. Gray takes the snap under pressure, drops back, throws, and it's incomplete. And did he have an eligible receiver in the area? No flag down. Maybe, though. They dropped the beanbag. And our referee, Mike Kuzak's talking things over with Paul Corpening.
Rolling out to his left on that play didn't prove helpful for his right arm.
There is no foul on the play.
Incomplete pass. They ruled it a clean play. Really good job by Gray to get rid of it.
He had 3 guys in his face coming to hit him in the backfield, but he is able to get rid of it. There was just no time to set his feet and launch a pass downfield.
And he didn't take the sack, because if he'd gave that sack up, it would have been almost all the way to the river to get a first down. 3rd down, 13. Here comes pressure again. Pass over the middle, intercepted, picked off by Cullen Snow. Snow with the pick, and Rockbridge will get the football at about the 34-yard line, our first turnover of the night. And that is field goal range for Joey Scardina.
Anything inside the 50 is field goal range, as we've seen. Cullen Snow, he picked that one up right before it hit the ground, threw that ball into 3 black shirts.
Snow with the pick, Underthrown pass by the quarterback, Gray.
First and 10 for the Tigers, 34.
4 receivers left, including Myers on a wing. Receiver right. Back to throw, Kaiser looking left, now right. Wants to go deep. He's got a man, and it is caught for touchdown. As that ball was hauled in with the catch, Devin Holt hauled it in. Far corner of the end zone. And I'm going to tell you, Kaiser lit that one up. That was a nicely thrown ball as he dropped the dime in there.
Holt had to go get it in the back of the end zone. But he got back there, got a foot in, got 2 feet in, scored another touchdown before the end of the half.
Now the extra point pending. That makes it 45 plus the extra point. If they can get it through, it's on the way, and a penalty marker down. It appeared to be good, but offside the defense. It might have pushed the envelope just a little bit too far from that right end. 32 seconds to play in the half. Things have slowed here as far as the pace of play.
They're going to move the ball closer to the goal line. See if there will be a 2-point attempt potentially here.
Well, it's an encroachment, so half the distance. They'll work on trying to kick this extra point. Scardina is kind of like a pitcher in a baseball game. He's got to ice his arm.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. That was a dead ball foul. We have to
Scardina has to ice his leg after a night of action. Brady Davidson, the holder. Long snappers Lucas. High snap. They get it down. Kicks plenty high, and it is good. And the Rockbridge Bruins here with 32 seconds to play in half, up a 46-0 lead. As Rockbridge is taking the wood again to Sedalia Smith-Cotton.
Smith-Cotton has not gotten much moving on the offensive side of the ball.
You know, I just think about the year Smith-Cotton had last year. They lost 49-0 to Rockbridge. They lost to Warrensburg 23-14. Jeff City beat them 42-27 down in the Capitol. Hickman beat Smith-Cotton 38-26. Battle beat Smith-Cotton. That was on the east side of Columbia, 50-15. Capital City got a big win, 42-29. Elias won 45-21. Hogan Prep beat Sedalia 47-8. And then Smith-Cotton was able to pull out a win against Belton 47-21 in the, or rather, Sedalia Smith-Cotton beat Hogan Prep 47-48, and then Belton beat Sedalia Smith-Cotton in the first district game 47-21. Here is the kickoff by Scardina. It's deep and fumbled at the goal line. Loose football and tackle made by the Rockbridge Bruins special teams player, Crew Nord. As a return man.
Number 7.
What a special teams play by Crew Norden as he made the stop at the goal line. They're going to say forward progress, brought it out to about the 4-yard line.
That is the third muffed kick of the game by the Tigers. A couple blunders in this first half on the Smith-Cotton special teams unit.
Why do you think that's happening? Do you think those kick return people are peeking, see where the defenders are?
I would say they know Joey's got a leg on him, and they don't know that they're going to return it every time.
Well, I think you cherish the opportunity, but why are you dropping the football?
You've got a lot of guys screaming towards your face here.
And the handoff, and Smith Cotton has to play it close to the vest, goes to Hawkins, and Hawkins gets it out to about the 6-yard line. Rockbridge done a very nice job of containing Mylan Hawkins here in this game, and that'll be the final play of the first half as we have hit the halftime juncture, and it's all Rockbridge here at the intermission. 46-0, the Rockbridge Bruins with the lead. Don't forget, we have the halftime show coming your way, as we'll feature the Rockbridge Marching Band along with the Bruin girls and whatever else they present. We'll have all that for you in a few moments. This is the Friday night game of the week on KZOU.
ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday High School Halftime is sponsored by Hitachi Energy. Inspire the next.
Looking for a great deal on tires? Popeye's Tires and Garage in Columbia, where you can get the best prices in town on tires. Whether you want a used tire with lots of miles left on them or new tires at unbeatable price, we have them.
My dad also offers the best price on oil changes and other repairs to keep you safe on the road.
Popeye's Tires and Garage, just off Pierce Road in Columbia. Come see us for a great deal on tires and repairs.
Hi everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have live agents available right now to answer your questions and tell you how much your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina Bellich, here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin with us in the Help Center. So Tom, phones are really busy over there. Tell us what kind of calls you're seeing.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the call center with you. We always enjoy talking to the viewers and getting folks the compensation that they deserve. You know, we're seeing calls about all kinds of accidents, but the most common by far has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now. You'll speak with a live person. They'll answer any questions you have and tell you if you have a case and how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now.
Welcome back to Rockbridge High School, where the Rockbridge Bruins have a 46-0 lead in this CMAC battle with the Sedalia Smith Cotton Tigers. The Emerald Regiment about to take the field here at the intermission, and we will take it to the field for you to enjoy the halftime show put on by the Emerald Regiment. And we'll also get a performance by the Bruin girls of the dance team from Rockbridge High School. But on the football field, what a show put together by Matt Perkins, Rockbridge Bruins, as they've dominated this first half against Sedalia Smith Cotton, leading at the end of the first quarter 25-0. And they lead here at the half by a score of 46-0. As the Rockbridge Bruins have really done a great job of taking everything away from Sedalia Smith Cotton. And I've got to admit, Sedalia Smith Cotton has not helped themselves. They've had some of their own problems as well, as they've created issues. A lot of penalty markers. Play's been sloppy. Generally it is in a game like this when the score gets lopsided fairly early. But two safeties for the Rockbridge defense and a blocked punt setting up one of those safeties. And the Bruins have just had their way. We're going to take you down to the field for the Rockbridge Marching Band as they are set to perform here at the half of the Rockbridge Sedalia Smith Cotton contest. Again, Rockbridge with the lead on the football field, 46-0.
Is the Emerald Regiment ready? Emerald Regiment, you may now take the field. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, please welcome your 6-time national champion Bruin girls. The Bruin girls will be hosting a youth dance clinic Friday, September 22nd at 4 p.m. Dancers will receive a t-shirt, bow, and will perform at pregame for the home Rockbridge football game with the Bruin girls that night. For more information, please check out the Bruin girls social media page or your football program. Tonight, the girls will be performing their green team routine that they learned at camp this past summer. It received first place. Thank you for your support. Go Bruins!
You don't own me. I'm not just one of your many toys. You don't own me. Don't say I can't go with other boys.
Really now, honestly, I get bored of making my Instagram. The baddest ever make you fly. Take a shopping, you know you say it wrong. No, she ain't with it now. Boss, you don't know, she could never ever be the broke girl.
I got a man, but I want you. Can't stop and look the other way. 'Cause I wanna love you, babe, and you never feel the same. All I need is your love tonight, tonight. All I need is your love tonight.
The Bruin girls of Rockbridge High School as they finish up the halftime activities here. The Rockbridge Bruin football team with a 46-0 lead. How about the job by the Emerald Regiment Band as they performed before that? Here at the half, Rockbridge leading Sedalia Smith Cotton 46-0. A reminder, next week we will be at Battle High School as the Battle Spartans will entertain the Elias Crusaders. That's next week, as the game of the week will come at you from Battle High School, presented by the networks of Mid-Missouri and Columbia Public Schools. We'll be back with more of our halftime show in just a moment, including some statistics compiled by Greg Wren. Also, we'll have some Mid-Missouri scores for you. A few shockers, a few surprising scores, and a few not so much surprising. But here, it's all Rockbridge. We'll be back in a few moments.
After dealing with an accident, most people are concerned about the mounting medical expenses, the loss of their job, how to get by with their injuries.
We can help put them back in control. We can give order back to their life and let them get better while we handle all the other issues flying around them.
The medical bills, talking with the insurance companies, taking everything off their plate so they only have to focus on getting better.
Go to lawmissouri.com and see how Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nedemeyer can help you.
Are you looking for an exciting career? If so, then we're looking for you. Hitachi Energy is hiring full-time hourly team members at our Jeff City location with an average starting rate of $23 to $27 per hour. full-time hires are eligible for benefits starting day one. An exciting career is waiting for you, so don't wait. Apply online today at hitachienergy.com/career.
What's the Jim Butler CDJR Powerhouse secret? Why are we Mid-Missouri's #1 Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer? Is it our huge selection? Our no-hassle sales process? Could it be that we give the most for trade-ins? Is it our best price guarantee? Is it because we say yes when other dealers say no? Whatever it is, people from across the country are buying from Jim Butler and discovering the Powerhouse difference. Get started at cdjrpowerhouse.com during Jeep Adventure Days.
Rockbridge Bruins have a big lead here at the half. They got on the board with 7:41 to play in the first half when Draven Siemens got loose and circled around the left end and scored from 31 yards away, capping a 65-yard drive. Took 4 plays, a minute 2 seconds, and Joey Scardina's first extra point of the night was good. It was 7-0 Rockbridge. Then the Rockbridge Bruins were able to force a safety and picked up 2 points as they able to tackle Robert Balance in the end zone as Donovan Taylor got through, and the safety made it 9-0. The free kick set the Bruins up in the short field, and Draven Siemens hauled in a 49-yard touchdown pass from Brady Davidson. It was a 49-yard drive, took 3 plays, 57 seconds. Scardina made it 16-0 Rockbridge. Then the Rockbridge Bruins were able to block the punt of the Sedalia Smith Cotton Tigers out of the back of the end zone for another safety, upping the ante to 18-0 with 2:09 to play in the first quarter. Then the Rockbridge Bruins capped off the first quarter with a 44-yard drive, took 3 plays, capped off by Cooper Myers' 3-yard touchdown run. Scardina's extra point was good, and it was 25-0 Rockbridge at the end of the first quarter. Devin Holt hauled in a touchdown with an 18-yard run to open up the second quarter. It came with 5:29 to play. That was a 55-yard drive, 7 plays, 3 minutes, 43 seconds. Extra point was good by Scardina, and it was 32-0 Rockbridge. Sam Kaiser would score on a 1-yard touchdown plunge, capping the longest drive of the night yard-wise for Rockbridge, 77 yards, 11 plays, but they did it in a minute 45. Scardina's extra point made it 39-0, 56 seconds to play in the half. And then Devin Holt would haul in a Sam Kaiser pass from 28 yards away for a touchdown with 32 seconds to play in the half. That was a 1-play drive, 28 yards, and Scardina, again, good with the point after. 46-0. That's our score here in the half. 1 turnover in the first half as Bo Gray threw a pick. Snow with the interception, setting up that last touchdown of the half. That brings us to a look at Greg Wren's statistics. Sedalia Smith Cotton with 4 first downs. Rockbridge with 10 in the first half. Sedalia Smith Cotton ran the ball 16 times for a minus 16 yards. Rockbridge had 20 rushes for 178 yards. The Bruins were 11 of 17 passing for 144 yards. Meanwhile, Sedalia Smith Cotton 4 of 11 for 46 yards and 1 interception. Total yardage first half, Rockbridge 322 yards, Sedalia 30. Time of possession, Sedalia 11 minutes 27 seconds, Rockbridge 12 minutes 33 seconds. Penalties, 7 charged to Smith Cotton for 55 yards. Rockbridge penalized 6 times for 50. 4 Sedalia Smith Cotton punts for an average of 23.7 yards a punt. And Smith Cotton returned 1 kickoff for 12 yards. Rockbridge returned 2 punts for 39 yards. Bo Gray, 1 of 7, rushed the ball 7 times for 1 yard. Mylan Hawkins, all-conference player, 8 rushes for a minus 12. Robert Balance, 1 carry for a minus 5. Sam Kaiser rushed the ball 6 times for Rockbridge, 53 yards and a touchdown. Brady Davidson, 3 carries for 4 yards. Draven Seaman, 2 carries for 45. Stephen Williams, 4 carries for 41. Cooper Myers, 2 carries for 11 yards and a touchdown. Derek Young, 2 carries for 6 yards. And Devin Holt has 1 rush for 18 yards and a touchdown. Kaiser, 8 of 13 for 117 yards. Davidson, 3 of 4 for 27. Kaiser's throwing a touchdown pass here tonight. And Brady Davidson has completed a touchdown pass to Seaman for 49 yards here this evening. So Seaman's got at least 49 yards in passing here this evening. Or rather, not Seaman's, but Brady Davidson. 49 yards in passing for that touchdown. Receiving, Devin Holt, 3 catches for 49 yards. Riley Rowland, 2 catches for 11. Derek Young, 2 for 17. Draven Seaman, 3 for 61 and a touchdown. Stephen Williams, 1 catch for 6 yards. For Sedalia Smith Cotton, Robert Balance, 1 catch for 10. Mylan Hawkins, 1 catch for 19. Gavin Jackson, 1 catch for 3 yards. And Easton Beebe, 1 catch for 14. 1 turnover, and that was committed by Sedalia Smith Cotton, an interception. That's a look at the statistics. And Evan Sapp, you have a rundown of the scoreboard here. You've been working diligently to gather all those scores. And in the CMAC, it looks like Helias is back to form.
Yeah, they're up 34-6 on Hickman at halftime down there in Jeff City. Battle is up 21-15 on Capital City in Jeff City at halftime. Jeff City is down at Hannibal 28-7 in the third quarter. Father Tolton at Putnam County up 42-0 in the fourth quarter. That one's looking to be a blowout. Southern Boone is up 42-7, another blowout at Mexico at halftime. Centralia is up 38-14 on Hallsville at home at halftime. And Lutheran North is at Blair Oaks up 22-14 at halftime. California 17-13 up on Fulton at home in the third quarter. Herman is up 22-12 away at South Callaway at halftime. And Marshall is up 14-7 on Booneville at halftime.
Very good. Very good job. I think the shocking score that I noticed was Blair Oaks losing to Luther North 22-14. That's down in Wardsville.
Yep.
And whenever you see that Blair Oaks is on the short end of the stick and yet at home, that's a rarity. You just don't see that very often. We've got to take another time out. The Rockbridge Bruins special teams have reappeared. We have not seen Sedalia Smith Cotton as we get you set for the second half, but it's all Rockbridge here at the intermission. The Bruins with a 46-0 lead against the Tigers of Sedalia. This is the Friday night game of the week presented by the networks of Mid-Missouri and Columbia Public Schools.
Columbia Public Schools are on a mission, a never-ending quest to be the best school district in the state, and they're well on the way. With the help and support of their generous marketing partners, CPS has contributed over $1.8 million to Missouri State High School Activities Association programs. So how has it paid off? Nearly 40% of the student body in secondary school participate in athletics and activities, and you can be part of the mission too. Visit these websites today for all the details on how you can help CPS and get involved today.
1851 Underground Tap and Grill offers historical architecture, great food, and an unforgettable experience.
It's a great place for specialty burgers, and be sure to try the Fire and Ice Chicken.
We love to bring our clients for half-price appetizers.
Great food, great location, great service. What more could you want?
Come see for yourself.
Why we say,
where good friends,
great food,
and excellent service come together.
Do you use Viagra or Cialis? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. Stop overpaying for Viagra. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. Call now.
You've been watching ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday High School Halftime. Sponsored by Hitachi Energy. Inspire the next.
Here at the half, 46-0. The Rockbridge Bruins trying to improve to 1-1 on the year, trying to go 6-0 all time against Sedalia Smith Cotton. Of course, the Smith Cotton Tigers still trying to find a way to win a CMAC game. As Smith Cotton will step out of the league and play at Warrensburg next week. And I want to double check that schedule. Yeah, they will actually be hosting Warrensburg next week. So they'll try to get their first win of the year. As we'd like to thank everyone that's helped set up tonight's telecast, including Josh Gray, the head coach of Sedalia Smith Cotton. Very, very informative and cooperative in getting us information about his football team. Of course, Coach Sam Perkins is, or rather Matt Perkins, is always great to work with here at Rockbridge, and thank him again for all his help. Coach Perkins really had a tough week, and he was able to get his ball club turned around here to this point against Sedalia Smith Cotton. I'd like to also thank Mike McGinty, the athletic director here at Rockbridge. Always want to be positive with David Egan. We thank him for all of his help. Sheila Kalsler from Marketing Department, and Joe Whitman of the CPS Career Center. As the Rockbridge Bruins, decked out in that black jersey with the gold numerals, getting set. They're going to get to football, Evan. What are they going to do when they come back onto the field?
Well, they're probably going to run the clock here. We got a running clock to start the third quarter because of this blowout lead. And I would assume they would run the ball, run this clock down, get out of here with the victory.
Try to stay healthy, but I think they're also going to try to clean up their game a little bit. That's the next step that they've got to get done. And, you know, where they have 50 yards in penalties, that's too many. I mean, that should be max in a game yet and a half. And, of course, they are playing very aggressively defensively, but a lot of the penalties are just uncalled for. And Sedalia Smith Cotton's got the same issues. They've been hammered with the flag, and a lot of it is brought on by some poor decisions by the Smith Cotton Tigers, to say the least. But we'll see if what takes place here in the second half. But, again, a reminder, next week we should have a heck of a battle between Helias and Battle. That'll be at Battle High School. It'll be Battle's home opener. Rockbridge will play 2 home games as they hit the road to go to Jeff City next week. Battle will be coming home for their home opener. I think Columbia Hickman is at home next week as well for their home opener. They've yet to play a home game. And, of course, Cupie's having problems tonight with that good Helias club down at Jefferson City, as the Rockbridge Bruins have taken the field. But I tell you, one thing that I've been impressed with Rockbridge in the 2 games our game and a half to this point of the year, is that Rockbridge defense, I think, is the real deal.
Yeah, they get downhill fast and they get into the backfield. They have been a nightmare for the opposing offensive lines, only giving up 13 points last week to their 10. It was a defensive matchup, and we've really seen that exemplified electricity within that defense.
Caden Holman makes his first appearance, and he boots this one end over end, and it will roll into the end zone. No return, as Seaman had a chance maybe to make a play on it, but elected to pass, and the Rockbridge Bruins will take over the football at the 20-yard line, as Draven Seaman and company will be out there. And who will be the quarterback to start the second half for Rockbridge? Sam Kaiser finished behind center. Can't say under center anymore. They're rare. Seaman trying to split a couple of defenders. Brought down at about the 28-yard line, a gain of 2. As we are underway again, as Evan mentioned, we have the running clock here in the second half. Rockbridge with a 46-point advantage. The determining factor, second half, 35-point lead, you get a running clock. Kaiser again will throw and steps up in the pocket and fires. It's incomplete. There was some confusion there on who was going where. Seaman was in the area along with Cooper Myers, and that pass wasn't near either one of them. But a lot of green turf in that far flat.
That ball looked to be up and behind Cooper Myers on that play. Seaman would have been in the area, but not close enough to the ball to haul it in.
Third down and a short 2 for the Bruins. And they'll hand the ball off and trying to get outside. Near side is Young. And Young is into the secondary, down the near sideline, and is knocked out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. And getting downfield to make that hit was Rashawn Humbles, a 6'2", 220-pound junior. But a big run ripped off by Derek Young around the left end for the first down and much, much more, a gain of 30.
Yeah, he got upfield, and Humbles, coming from the defensive line, made it all the way to make the play.
4 receivers to the left. They swing it out to Seaman. Seaman looking for a block. Cuts upfield. Breaks a tackle to the 35-30. There he goes. He's down to the 15. Touchdown, Rockbridge. Draven Seaman with his 3rd touchdown of the night as he got free for a 42-yard swing pass. It'll probably go down as a pass play that was completed, unless they want to rule out a lateral. But it was forward pass for a 42-yard touchdown.
If so, that would be his 2nd receiving touchdown of the night with 1 on the ground as well.
52-0 Rockbridge, and now Scardina will kick the extra point, and it's like clockwork when he's on the field. 53-0. Rockbridge with the lead after the opening drive of the second half as they moved it 80 yards. We'll be back with more of our Game of the Week in a moment.
On the go? Stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app. It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm going to go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter
possession of the second half and score rather quickly. Took them 1 minute, 52 seconds to move that ball downfield for the touchdown. As touchdown pass from Sam Kaiser to Draven Seaman. Scardina ready to kick it off. And deep is Staten and Staten and Balance. Staten will field this one at the 7 to the 10 to 15, looking for running room. Out about to the 22-yard line. Staten with a nice return.
Not a muff kick that time by the Tigers. And see what it does. It gets you upfield, and the ball will be on the 22-yard line.
There's a 4-yard drive of 80 yards, 1 minute 52. The touchdown coming from Kaiser to Seaman for the touchdown. Extra point makes it 53-0. So Seaman with 2 receiving touchdowns, and he's ran for another one. As the Bruins are making it look awful easy here tonight. Robert Balance moves to the left. Trips to the left, wing left, Gray throws left, incomplete, tried to get it to Robert Balance, and he got out of there a little too, fired the pass a little too soon, or Balance was a little late finding it, whichever way you want to look at it. Incomplete.
Tiger pass intended for number 10, Robert.
And now with that running clock, it'll continue to run on after the incompleted pass.
10 yards to go.
Yeah, Smith Cotton still trying to find some way to put some points on the board. As I mentioned, they've moved the ball some, but they have not been consistent. Jackson, wide right. Balance wide left. Tight end to the left. And getting the call, fighting his way up the middle, I believe is Butts, for a gain of about 3.
Only a couple of yards on that play as the line squeezed in on the running back on that play.
That was Hawkins with the carry.
Brought down by number 17, Ross Taylor.
Taylor with another tackle. Ross Taylor has played a pretty good football game. We've mentioned his name quite frequently here in this contest as Grayson Cutchlow was dominating from that outside linebacker spot early in the game. Elijah Morton also playing sheriff along with Spencer Irvin. Back to throw Gray. Pocket collapses. Gray goes down. And speaking of Cutchlow, right on cue, he picks up the sack.
3 Bruin defenders able to get into those offensive line gaps and get back to the quarterback once again. We've seen it multiple times tonight.
4th down, 18. As Sedalia will be punting from underneath the shadow of their own goalpost. Look out here. Braden Butts lines up to take the snap from Parker Brown. Bruins have already gotten a couple of punts, and they just missed getting to this one. Snow fields it at the 46, and Snow buried at the 47. Good pursuit downfield by Smith Cotton. As one of the Smith Cotton Tigers lost his helmet on the play, and he'll have to come out of the game. That's Parker Brown.
Taylor got back there once again on that 39-yard punt. Taylor got back there to disrupt the punter's way, and he's done that multiple times tonight. He's been in the backfield disrupting punts, and Colin Snow fielded a dangerous punt and got hit early.
Yeah, he had nowhere to run. Good coverage on that special teams play. 53-0, Rockbridge with the lead, and the Bruins have the football, and Sam Kaiser will remain in as the quarterback. Kaiser, of course, the commit to Harvard. He doesn't skip class, that's evident.
Absolutely not.
Kaiser will throw it in a flat. It's incomplete. Kaiser trying to complete that pass to Gray Fisher, the 6-foot, 230-pound senior, who also serves as a deep snapper at times. On punts, Fisher is the long snapper, and on field goal attempts and extra points, it's Lucas Roberts. 2nd and 10. And shooting up the middle is Williams. He gouged out about 2 yards before he's turned back. Rashawn Umbles with another stop.
The 2 interior defensive linemen on that play shed their offensive linemen, blocking them very quickly, and could get to Williams pretty easily.
Seaman wide right. Williams wide to the left. Zach Nagel lines up on a wing. Nagel played in the game last week. Back to throw Kaiser. He's in trouble. Hit. And he'll be wrestled to the ground. Well, they'll blow the play dead before they get to him as Nakia Cole made the stop. Nakia Cole has been on that field tonight and has made some plays for Smith Cotton defensively. Just not enough of them.
Yeah, he got into the backfield and took Sam Kaiser back towards their defending end zone as Matt Wheeler lines up to punt.
This will be Rockbridge's first punt of the night. We haven't seen many punts from either team. 5 minutes to play in the third. Good snap back to Wheeler, and he kicks an end-over-end punt. Not real deep. Takes a neutral bounce, rolling along the 35-yard line where Smith Cotton will take over the football.
Matt Perkins had praise for Matt Wheeler after last week's game. He had 2 really good punts, one off the ground. The ball snapped onto the ground, picks it up, and gets it off. So nothing but praise for Matt Wheeler so far in his first year of punting.
Yeah, he stepped up and has won that job. Sam Kaiser's capable of punting as
This
well.
is an official timeout for the mid-quarter water break.
You heard it. That is our referee, Mike Kuzak. We'll be back in a moment.
With fall inventory on the way, Machins savings are here to stay. Shop over 1,000 vehicles at any of the Joe Machins family of dealerships today during our fall sell-all sales event. Over 13 brands and 10 dealerships gives you the best selection, and our volume advantage saves you even more. Cars, trucks, SUVs, CUVs, even hybrid and fully electric. If you're in the market, Machins has it, and we have it for less. Visit the Joe Machins family of dealerships today or click Machins.com. Joe Machins Automotive Group, part of the McClarty Automotive Group family.
Columbia Public Schools are on a mission, a never-ending quest to be the best school district in the state, and they're well on the way. With the help and support of their generous marketing partners, CPS has contributed over $1.8 million to Missouri State High School Activities Association programs. So how has it paid off? Nearly 40% of the student body in secondary school participate in athletics and activities, and you can be part of the mission too. Visit these websites today for all the details on how you can help CPS and get involved today.
I'm here at Algier Salvage in Millersburg with George Algier. George, what services do you offer here?
Well, we buy scrap cars, we buy aluminum, copper, white goods, any kind of heavy iron, pretty much anything to do with recycling in the way of metals. We handle all of that. Bring your cars to us, or we can go and we can bid on them and come and get them, and we always haul them free.
From Algier Salvage in Millersburg.
Come see us.
Four minutes, 37 seconds to play in the third here at Rockbridge. The Bruins leading Smith Cotton 53-0. First and 10 for Sedalia. Back to throw Gray, and he gets rid of it as he gets hit. And Gray will feel that one on the bus ride home as he was popped.
For number 2, Easton Beebe.
And it was Donovan Taylor, the 5'8", 171-pound junior, again getting through to say hello.
Yeah, that was a corner blitz there by Taylor and was able to hit the blind side of Bo Gray and affect that throwing motion. Couldn't get the ball out right.
Smith Cotton looking at a 2nd and 10. They need a big play. Bruins are determined not to let one happen. And this time, a running play up the middle. And that was Hawkins with the carry. Hawkins was just 14 yards shy of running for 1,000 last year. Tackle was made by Josh Larkins.
One thing that the Tigers have realized tonight is there is no real estate down the middle of the field. Between the hashes, the Bruins have covered it very, very well.
Third and a long 6. Now breakdown in communication. Smith Cotton's Josh Gray says we'll have to use a timeout.
Timeout, Smith Cotton. This is their first timeout of the half.
53-0 Rockbridge. We'll see you in a moment.
Columbia Public Schools are on a mission, a never-ending quest to be the best school district in the state, and they're well on the way. With the help and support of their generous marketing partners, CPS has contributed over $1.8 million to Missouri State High School Activities Association programs. So how has it paid off? Nearly 40% of the student body in secondary school participate in athletics and activities, and you can be part of the mission too. Visit these websites today for all the details on how you can help CPS and get involved today.
Rockbridge with the lead, 53-0, with 3:05 to play in the third. Sedalia looking at a third down and a long 6. Rockbridge led at the end of the first quarter, 25-0. They led at the half, 46-0.
Resuming play, third down, 7 yards to go.
It's been all Bruins here tonight, trying to go 1-1. Gray puts a man in motion, rolls to his right, swings it over the middle, it's incomplete. Almost intercepted. Racing around to try to make the pick was J.T. Dunn.
Just off the hands of J.T. Dunn on that play. Rockbridge is testing their depth now that they're up 53-0 in the third quarter, and we'll see what they can do.
Neutral bounce, and it'll be down by the Tigers at about the 36-yard line. Boy, have you ever been to the complex that Smith Cotton High School has when it comes to athletics, that football facility? It is gorgeous. There's not many better than that one. They built it a few years back, and when they built that new school on the south side of the fairgrounds, they did not waste any nickels. They did a great job of building that facility. That place is magnificent. 1st and 10 for the Rockbridge Bruins. So they bring out the offensive unit, and the Cadence pull them off again as Brady Davidson is back in at quarterback.
It's been a very successful hard count tonight for Bruins.
Encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, you got to like the enthusiasm of Smith Cotton, right? But you got to look at it on the positive side.
They're very excited.
Here is Brady taking the snap and handed it off to Stephen Williams. On the quick whistle, Williams is brought down at about the 50-yard line.
The acceleration with what Stephen Williams hit that gap, it really allowed him to get into that second and third level quicker than the defensive line could react.
1st and 10 for the Bruins at midfield. Smith Cotton had 12 guys on the field, no flag, and no gain on the play. As Williams got the call, Jackson Miller made the tackle.
Lucky break there for the Tigers, like you said, 12 men on the field, but it is stuffed in the middle of the field and no gain.
Zach Nagel checks out.
2nd down.
Play action, back to throw Davidson. Far flat, sliding catch. Was it made? Not sure. I think it was hauled in. That was Bennett Kaysen with the catch.
3rd down, 2 yards.
That hitch route left the corner, running towards the end zone. And that will be the end of the third quarter here in Columbia, Missouri.
We'll be back in a moment.
Randall was working a triathlon and he was hit by a car. He died 6 months later. Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettermeyer can just alleviate so much stress. I could email them, call them, and they responded immediately and we're always available. They're so good about building a relationship with you. They're the team that's working so hard and you're so grateful for them.
Are you looking for an exciting career? If so, then we're looking for you. Hitachi Energy is hiring full-time hourly team members at our Jeff City location with an average starting rate of $23 to $27 per hour. Full-time hires are eligible for benefits starting day one. An exciting career is waiting for you, so don't wait. Apply online today at hitachienergy.com/career.
Do you suffer from chronic pancreatitis? Then MCU is for you. Members experience benefits like saving more money with lower interest rates, an increased ability to get a great auto loan, and a home equity line of credit. MCU is not for everyone. Do not use if you're allergic to a fattening wallet, benefiting from profits, or being treated like a person, not a number. Continuous use of MCU may lead to higher levels of spending. Power?
Cut.
Breaking the fourth wall. Isn't that a little on the nose?
Let's
go again. Reset.
Who writes this stuff?
Missouri Credit Union. From the pig for the people.
All the nonsense.
I'm right.
You may be right, but you're not smart.
Meets no nonsense.
Fibber, fibber. You know that I'm not buying what you're saying to me, but I'm going to let you dig your hole.
Justice. Judge Judy style.
I always have the last word.
Judge Judy, weekdays at 4 on ABC 17 KMIZ. Help the Assistance League serve women and children in mid-Missouri at almm.org. You're watching My Zoo TV, part of the networks of mid-Missouri.
(53-0). Rockbridge with the lead. Bruins with the football. 3rd down and about 3. Brady Davidson with a pump fake. Fires underneath. It's caught. With the catch is Gray Fisher down the far sideline. Fisher inside the 10-yard line and knocked off his feet at about the 7. Gray Fisher with his first catch of the year, and he almost scored a touchdown.
He was able to get behind that second level of the defense, get behind the cornerback, and then race upfield down the sideline for a big gain.
Manny Neal made the stop for Smith Cotton. First down and goal to go for Rockbridge just outside the 7-yard line. Davidson, play action, flips it in the end zone. That is caught for the touchdown. The catch made by Riley Rowing. Rowing with his second touchdown catch of the year as he hauls it in as he was wide open. And it's 59-0 Rockbridge.
Yeah, short touchdown pass on that one. Last week he had a 75-yard touchdown catch, evading multiple defenders to get into the end zone. This time, easy little out route towards the pylon.
Probably credit him with an 8-yard reception. It was over 7 as he hauled it in. Brady Davidson completes the pass. Nice catch by Rowing as he hauled that in. And now the point after. Davidson gets the high snap down, and the kick is good. No, it's no good. He missed it. It's no good. 59-0 Rockbridge. 11:16 to play in the game. We'll be back with more in a moment.
On the go, stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app. It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm going to go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store or Google Play today. ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
I'm Tex Little, alongside is Evan Sapp, and our spotter tonight, Rob Parker. Greg Wren doing the statistics. Our general manager is Curtis Barnes. Eric Jones is the chief engineer. Cooper Bryant, the director. John Hook is the producer engineer. And our camera operators this evening, Cooper Myers, Oliver Parsons, and Charlie Sample. Sedalia Smithcott sending Mylan Hawkins and Kyron Staten deep. And Scardina set to kick it off. That last touchdown drive for Rockbridge, 68 yards, 5 points, took 2 minutes, 6 seconds. Rolling with the catch from Brady Davidson.
Check that, it's Rocco DePrima who's kicking off.
This is DePrima now kicking, not Scardina, and that hits the end zone.
Sounds like they got a heck of a kicking duo back there on the sideline.
So Rockbridge Bruins have a lot of weapons. 59-0 with 11:16 to play. Rockbridge led 25-0 at the end of the first quarter. They led 46-0 at the half. After 3 quarters, they led 53-0, now 59.
The clock will be running for the rest of the game here. Coming up on 11 minutes to go, and see if Smith Cotton can move the ball down the field with limited chances left in the game.
Well, that's just it. These snaps are still important. You still are trying to, it's only the second game of the year, and if you're Smith Cotton, you're still trying to figure out where all the pieces fit and who can do what and what do we got to improve on. And if you're Rockbridge, they're trying to work on some depth now at this stage of the game. Back to throw it is Gray, and it's incomplete. Intended receiver across the middle was Gavin Jackson.
Pass intended for number
and
3, Gavin
just
Jackson.
a little out of sync there on the timing. But we're seeing a lot of
Second down.
new numbers out there for the Bruins defensively. JT Dunn playing a safety spot. Larkins has been playing up front. Also on the field is Alton Gradaway. Also out there for the Bruins is Josh Larkins. Playing in the defensively, Ben Bamer. And Gray with a circle around on the keeper.
Looked like a broken play on that one. The running back didn't go where he thought he would be going, so Gray had to do it himself. Took a couple, got a yard or two, and slid down before getting absolutely blasted by one of the defenders.
Isaac Berry out there, a linebacker for the Bruins. Also defensively for Rockbridge is Thomas McKenzie, who was a starter in this game defensively. So they've got a mixture. Beebe splits wide right, back to throw Gray, has a little time, fires it, and that's intercepted, picked off out of the secondary, and racing the other way is Donovan Taylor.
Just as it hit the receiver's hands, it took it all the way to the house.
65-0, Rockbridge leading. That's the second interception thrown tonight by Gray. He did not throw a pick last week. Scardina will try to add the extra point. High snap, kicks up, it's on the way, and Joey drilled it again. 66-0, Rockbridge. We'll take a break. Bruins lead it with 9:04 to play.
On the go, stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app. It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm going to go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store.
$49-0 in the first meeting, and then beat up 42-0 in the district game. But yeah, they've just been at it like with a workman-like attitude.
It's safe to say that the Bruins came with more of an offensive attack this week, or it's been working more, if you would like to say that. 10 points last week in a 13-10 loss against Park Hill South. 66 points through just over 3 quarters.
At the half,
this week.
Rockbridge had, 300 and some yards? They've got to be pushing 500 yards in this football game as a team. As the interception by Donovan Taylor didn't help the offensive yardage, but it did the defense, as the defense now has scored 10 points in this game. Literally has scored 10. 2 safeties, and now pick 6.
3 games. They start at 5 o'clock.
The defense leads 10-0. balance in state and go deep. Here's another high end over end kick. And this one is fielded by State. State down the far sideline. Gets loose into the secondary, across the 35 and ridden out of bounds near the 40. Rockbridge trying to shut Sedalia Smith Cotton out for the third consecutive year. Last year, the Rockbridge Bruins beat Sedalia 49-0. In 21, they beat them 50-0. In 20, they beat them 40. This will be the fourth straight year if they can complete the shutout.
That's 165 unanswered points in the last 3 years. We'll see if Smith Cotton, with good field position, can get down the field and put some points on the board.
This is by far their best field position to start a drive, right? And they've been near midfield a number of times, but have not been able to hook all the parts together. Again, in 22, 49-0. In 21, 50-0. In 20, 42-0.
This is the point of the game for Smith Cotton, where they can dot their I's and cross their T's and figure out what they have here offensively and defensively.
In 18, a team that won a playoff game, and that was actually against Columbia Hickman. It was a 48-21 Rockbridge win. Bruins think they have the football, but I don't think they do after that handoff.
Number 8, Nyman Hawkins.
Isaac Berry made the tackle for the Bruins. Our depth chart's going to grow here after this game for the Rockbridge Bruins. And this way you want to see your depth chart grow. You want to see it grow because you have the opportunity to get other young men out there. These guys are the ones that are testing the starters all the time. Gavin Jackson splits wide left, known as a scout team. In motion is Balance. Handoff goes to Hawkins, still trying to get free. Hawkins up the middle, picks up about 6 yards. Ross Taylor with another tackle. He's getting close to double digits in tackles tonight.
Yeah, that scout team, like you were saying, they're playing well tonight. A 9-yard run by Smith Cotton, but that scout team looks to be playing pretty well.
Matthew Fricking was out there for the Bruins on that last play. 3rd down and 1, 6.5 minutes left to go. We're approaching the mandatory water break here, week 2 of the high school season in this 4th quarter. Bauer again to Hawkins, who's got a 1st down, and he weaves his way down to about the 47-yard line.
Keeping the chains moving here for the Tigers. They're going to get another opportunity with 4 downs to convert 10 yards and go down there and score.
They're in Rockbridge territory, but hold everything. I'm not sure if we had a whistle here. If it was, I think it might be a face mask penalty. Here we go as Mike Kusak's got it.
Personal foul, face masking, defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. That results in a 1st down.
So now the Tigers are deep in Rockbridge territory. Ball down at the 32, 1st and 10. Hawkins weaves his way out of the backfield, trying to get outside, going right, and forced out of bounds inside the 20. And the Smith Cotton Tigers are looking at a 1st and 10. They got all kinds of time with 5:26 to play.
Another 1st down carry there by Hawkins. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to him again. He's moving the ball well for him.
Now, once again, start calling for your rides. If somebody is picking you up.
Bruins going to have to try to close down the leaks here. Hawkins gets the call, trying to get outside, caught on the edge, and maybe a gain of 1. We may see some different personnel pop back into the game for Rockbridge. Playing in that secondary for the Bruins.
They do still have a couple of their starters out there to lead this defense.
Credit number 36 and others. Thomas McKenzie on the stop. 2nd down, 9 to go.
From inside the 20, They give to Hawkins, stood up at the line of scrimmage. Nothing but black jerseys around that ball carrier. Bruins strong to the ball. It'll be third down and long. Smith Cotton in 4-down territory with 4:10 to play. Running clock the entire second half. Rockbridge enjoying a 66-0 lead. Slot to the left. Wing left. They give to Hawkins going right, trying to find running room. He sidesteps a tackler, gets inside the 15, down to near the 13-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and about 4.
Hawkins found himself a gap there to get through and get into that second level and get down towards the sticks on that one. Just short, though.
4th down and 4.
But it's at the concession stand. So
balance wide right. Wide to the near side, Jackson. Watkins in the back, or Hawkins in the backfield. They give to Hawkins going right. Hawkins slips at the edge. They're not going to get the first down.
Turf Monster caught him on that one. It'll turn over on downs. Rockbridge will get
this is an official timeout. It's the last water break timeout for the game. Water break timeout.
2:58 to play. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockbridge Bruins when we return, as they're on their way to win number 1 here in 2023. This is also the Friday night game of the week.
You should be calling them now.
Jim Butler CDJR is bringing you the showdown you've been waiting for. Jeep versus Ram. Will it be a Jeep thing that takes you to the top? Or will you be grabbing life by the horns? Jeep versus Ram. Only Jim Butler gives you the new selection, the savings, and the buying power to choose your side once and for all. Don't miss a second of the action in Lynn, Centralia, or at cdjrpowerhouse.com during Jeep Adventure Days.
With fall inventory on the way, Machins savings are here to stay. Shop over 1,000 vehicles at any of the Joe Machins family of dealerships today during our fall sell-all sales event. Over 13 brands and 10 dealerships gives you the best selection, and our volume advantage saves you even more. Cars, trucks, SUVs, CUVs, even hybrid and fully electric. If you're in the market, Machins has it, and we have it for less. Visit the Joe Machins family of dealerships today or click Machins.com. Joe Machins Automotive Group, part of the McClarty Automotive Group family.
If you don't have a good dental plan, or if your employer doesn't offer dental benefits, this is the deal you're looking for. Get the Carefree Dental Card, and for just $15.95 a month, you can see the dentist anytime and pay a whole lot less.
On my first visit, I saved $650.
Call the number on your screen and request your Carefree Dental Card free. See for yourself why Carefree is the best deal in dental.
Call 1-800-791-5994 to get your Carefree Dental Card and free plan information.
2 minutes, 58 seconds to play. Rockbridge with a 66-0 lead. Michael Stanford is now taking over as the quarterback for the Rockbridge Bruins, as he is brought down for a loss. And we're going to double check, see if that's Stanford or Truitt. It was Jackson Truitt who got the call.
Truitt was the ball carrier on that play. Stanford handed off to him. And loss of a couple on that one. Got into the backfield quick.
2nd down and 16 for the Bruins. They got to be careful here, or the defense may score for Sedalia Smithcott. 2:18 left in the game. At the controls is Stanford. And he gives to Truitt. Truitt weaves his way out to about the 14-yard line. Picked up the yardage he lost on the previous carry. Truitt, 5'7", 145-pound sophomore.
3rd down, 10 yards to go.
3rd and 10 for Rockbridge. So Bruins lead out the clock here with this big win. Again, Rockbridge will be taking on Jefferson City. The last score we saw with the Jaybirds, they were losing up at Hannibal. So Jeff City would be 1-1 going into next week's game, Rockbridge will be 1-1. Of course, Rockbridge will be 1-0 in the CMAC. Jeff City yet to play a conference game. Snap back to Stanford, gives to Truitt, and he's met immediately as this young unit out there for the Bruins is having its
Truitt takes the handoff.
problems here, to say the least.
No room to run in the backfield for Truitt on that one. It'll bring up a 4th and very long. And
Timeout. Smith Cotton.
Sedalia Smith Cotton uses a timeout with 1:02 to play. We'll keep it right here. Again, we'll remind you, next week we will be at Battle High School where the Battle Spartans will be taking on the Elias Crusaders. It looks like Elias will be 1-0 in the CMAC. The Spartans 1-0 in the CMAC. If their lead holds.
Please put 1 minute 18 seconds on the clock, on the game clock. 1 minute 18 seconds.
Well, you heard him reset the game clock, but anyhow, next week we'll be at Battle, regardless how much time's left on the clock here. And the following week we'll be at Battle for the first intra-Columbia matchup between Battle and Hickman. That's in 2 weeks. As we get deep into the CMAX.
Please put 1 minute 18 seconds on the game clock. 1 minute 18 seconds. 1:18. Thank you.
Well, they're trying to put some time on the board, and they get that corrected. Wheeler on the punt. Jackson goes deep. Wheeler gets the snap out of the end zone. He got it out of there. There was some pressure. And it takes a Rockbridge bounce, rolls across midfield all the way inside the Again, thanks to the entire squad here this evening, including our camera operators, Charlie Sampa, Oliver Parsons, and Cooper Myers. Special thanks to Evan Sapp here this evening, doing color. John Hook.
Timeout. Smith Cotton. That's their 3rd and final timeout.
Our director is Cooper Bryant, Greg Rendu of the stats, and Rob Parker, our spotter. Also thanks to the athletic director here at Rockbridge, Mike McGinty. Always makes you feel at home. And special thanks as well to Eric Jones, our chief engineer, working under the tight leadership of Curtis Barnes at ABC 17. Rockbridge, though, 447 yards of offense tonight. Not bad after last week.
They were moving the ball all over the field tonight, obviously through the run game and the passing game. Kaiser and Davidson combined for a lot of yards in that offense. And then Seaman and Young and Williams out of the backfield.
But again, I think you got to hand it to the Bruin defense. They're going to throw another shutout here tonight against Sedalia Smith Cotton. And it's the defense, though, that set the tempo of tonight's ball game, because that safety early in the game, followed by a block punt on the special teams. The defense is making a statement. After 2 games, they don't give up anything here late as they flip it back to Hawkins, circling around and sliding out of bounds. It'll be probably one more snap of the football. Actually, they don't have to snap it again. The game clock showing 30 seconds, 34 on the play clock. Smith Cotton may want to give it one more whirl, though.
Might as well. Practice for your team.
As the Rockbridge Bruins are going to win this one. Hand off to Hawkins up the middle, and he's ridden down shy of first down yardage, and that will be the final play of the game as Rockbridge wins it by a final score of 66-0. We'll see you next week at Battle High School. I'm Tex Little saying so long from Rockbridge. 66-0 Bruins.
Thank you for attending tonight.
Thanks for watching ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday High School Game of the Week, presented by Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nedemeyer, and made possible through a partnership between the networks of Mid-Missouri, CPS Athletics, the Columbia Area Career Center, and these